It's Thursday, August 20th. Today on Your Morning Atlantic, the Prime Minister is asking premiers to lift their U.S. booze ban as officials try to finalize a trade deal. The top news headlines just ahead.
And supporting local youth. We'll chat with Phoenix Youth Programs about how you can support their back-to-school drive. That conversation's in our 7 o'clock hour.
Plus, getting ready for the PEI Shellfish Festival. We'll speak with the organizers about this year's upcoming event. All that and so much more just ahead on the Thursday edition of Your Morning Atlantic.
Good morning, come on in. It is Thursday, August 20th. The theme is yellow and rust and brown. A little bit of green. Love the fresh summer colors.
Listen, gotta wear it. Love me some fall fashion, but we gotta embrace the summer while it's still here.
Exactly.
It's true. I've got some fresh fall clothes, though. I'm like a kid with a back-to-school plan. Like, I'm very excited to wear them. I don't want the weather to get cool, but I am. When the time comes, I'll be excited to wear them.
Yeah, you'll be ready.
I'll be ready.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Ready to go. It's funny, I was listening to the forecast yesterday, but it still threw me a loop being outside because, boy, we had downpours at some times, then it was sunny, but it was humid too. It was just like, it felt like a little bit of everything yesterday.
It was tropical, like early in the afternoon, like heavy tropical humidity. But then the evening was beautiful.
Yes.
I went out for dinner last night and ate on the patio. Oh my gosh,
patio.
Summer vibes. It was so great.
Right?
Yeah.
Well, we're definitely going to see pretty much the same, holding on to humidity for the Maritime region. Going to feel quite muggy for today, especially when we see those daytime highs warm back up today. It's going to factor in with that humidex as well. So definitely going to feel the heat today. Make sure to stay hydrated. Keep in mind sun safety because sunshine is returning for much of the Maritimes today.
Music to Mohamed Devison's ears. Let's
Absolutely.
hear more.
Yeah.
Sunnies.
Exactly. So here's a live look at Lunenburg to start your day. We are going to see temperatures warm up above seasonal for the most part, and sunshine also going to return for much of the Maritime region. 19 degrees right now in Charlottetown, 16 to start your day in Halifax, as well as into Fredericton, 12 degrees in Labrador City, 14 into St. John's and Newfoundland. So over to our UV index. We will be keeping in mind sun safety as the UV index has risen. It will remain high to very high across all 3 maritime provinces today. And here's a look at your satellite and radar, holding on to a bit of precipitation for parts of Newfoundland, Labrador, and also parts of the Maritime region. We'll see a very low chance of some shower activity returning into the afternoon. Here's a look at our wind forecast, remaining quite light throughout the day today. As of right now, we are seeing 15 kilometers per hour in Charlottetown, 13 in Sydney, as well as into North Cape, 20 in Yarmouth. No wind gusts to report for the most part, but we do have 31 right now in Yarmouth. We'll take a look at your long-range forecast just ahead, but first a look at your local news with Amanda.
Thank you, Latavia. Details on Canada's trade deal with the U.S. remain scarce this morning, but we do know we will likely see American booze back on store shelves. That information coming from Nova Scotia's Premier, who's currently on a business trip in Alberta.
In terms of alcohol specifically, the Prime Minister has asked us as premiers, as provinces, to return the U.S. alcohol to the shelves. So we'll work through that process. Of course, it's pending a final deal that is representative of the types of things we're hearing today. But certainly the Prime Minister has asked us to look at that. It's been an irritant. It's been something that has kind of really bothered the United States for so many reasons. Now, whether Nova Scotians or whether Canadians will actually buy it when it gets back on the shelves, that's a whole nother discussion.
Tim Houston says he's not aware of anything in the deal that would specifically hurt Nova Scotia, and he's optimistic the file can finally be closed to everyone's satisfaction. Meantime, the federal leader of the opposition, Pierre Poilievre, was asked about the deal at a stop in Charlottetown. He says it has to be good for Canada or it's not worth signing.
That's what he promised, an even better deal than we had before. To me, that should mean no tariffs on steel, aluminum, autos, lumber, and an exemption to Buy America.
The Conservative leader was joined on the island by members of his Atlantic caucus. A sizable crowd at a public meeting in New Waterford last night.
This is the root of the problem. It's the addiction. And we don't have anything here to deal with that.
Hundreds of people showed up at the community rink. At times, it was standing room only. Dozens of people stepped up to the microphone, voicing concerns about things like blatant drug activity in the streets, thefts from homes and businesses, and some saying they feel unsafe. Others talked what they feel are a lack of resources from policing to supports for addictions and mental health. The police chief and mayor were among those who attended. Mayor Cecil Clark said some of the help that's needed has to come from the provincial level.
Looking at how we can deploy better resources in support of our police service, but also the supports for things like a new homeless shelter in our community, as again, community safety officers being introduced. How do we look at patrols that can have contracted, retired police and personnel? What creative ways can we address the impact of crime?
I felt it was a valuable meeting, and I think it's something that you're going to see positive change in the months ahead.
Organizers told the crowd there will be another public meeting by December to follow up and track some of the solutions that have been put into place. Police in New Brunswick say they're now investigating the suspicious death of a 57-year-old as a homicide. RCMP say they responded to a report of a sudden death at a South Moncton home on the night of Tuesday, August 4th. The man's body was found inside a residence. Police are now looking to speak with the male driver who stopped and spoke with an individual walking on Route 910 in the Shenstone and Hillsborough areas around that time. Anyone with information is being urged to reach out. Cape Breton fiddler Ashley McIsaac has dropped a defamation lawsuit against Google. The musician had claimed the online giant defamed him late last year by falsely identifying him as a sex offender in an AI-generated summary. At the time, McIsaac said the summary falsely asserted he had been convicted of a series of offenses. McIsaac filed a notice of discontinuance with an Ontario court on July 29th, but no explanation was provided for the move. More than a dozen new housing units for young people are about to open in the north end of St. John. The space is designed for those 21 and younger who will receive on-site support with the goal of getting permanent places to live. Rent will not exceed 30% of their monthly income. In addition, the health minister says the facilities will help alleviate pressures on the healthcare system.
A large number of people that are in our hospital are homeless, and they're not first-time guests. They're discharged, they're in a state of homelessness, they can't get the drugs or the support or the mental health they need, and they often come back. Our goal is to get people off the street, prevent people from going on the street, bring in interventions that allow them to graduate out of this program.
Renters will start moving in the coming months. Finally, a major industrial landmark in the Halifax area will gradually disappear in the weeks ahead. D&D says 4 large fuel tanks on this property in Eastern Passage will be dismantled and hauled away starting this week. The department acquired the former Texaco refinery site back in March. It was an active refinery until 1997, later serving as a distribution and storage facility. D&D expects the work will take until October. That'll be a change for people coming to and from Eastern Passage.
Yeah. Gosh, so big.
You can't miss it. You drive past there and you see it.
Yeah, to get rid of those will be an effort. We'll see how that will unfold.
Yeah, change in the landscape there yet again.
Okay. I always like this particular part of the show to be like kind of a news you can use. That's a fun chat. So this isn't in case you missed it. With OpenAI launching a version of their ChatGPT platform designed for users age 13 to 17. So ChatGPT for teens has stronger safety protections that limit content involving self-harm, suicide, and sexual or romantic conversations, while offering homework support, for example. OpenAI says the teen version is also designed to discourage emotional dependence by avoiding claims that the chatbot has feelings or consciousness. Child safety advocates say the changes are encouraging, but that it remains unclear whether the safeguards will adequately protect vulnerable young users.
News you can use.
Indeed.
All right, we're going to have our first break here. Still ahead, we'll reveal what details we do know about the latest tentative trade deal between Canada and the U.S. It's coming up in your national and international news headlines. But before that, Latavia has the forecast. We have some sunshine returning to the region today. Here's a live look at some busy traffic on the Confederation Bridge. Stay with us. The forecast in just a few moments.
Good morning, Atlantic Canada, and happy Thursday. The time now is 6:12. We're taking a live look at a cloudy start to the day in Halifax. We are going to see lots of sunshine move in a little bit later on before a low chance of showers returns into the afternoon. Weather is brought to you by Cummins Trusted Home Standby Generators. A bit cooler to start for parts of the Maritime region early on. 17 degrees this morning in Halifax with 19 in Charlottetown, 16 degrees over in Fredericton, 12 in Labrador City with 17 in Happy Valley Goose Bay, 19 degrees in Corner Brook with 14 into St. John's, Newfoundland. Over to our forecast timeline. So we are going to see a bit of a cloudy start to the day for much of the Maritime region. A bit of fog will dissipate a little bit later this morning. Newfoundland and Labrador, we are still holding on to precipitation, a chance of showers for the most part. That will take us into this afternoon. We will be seeing a lot of sunshine for the Maritime region, but also seeing a very low chance of some shower activity expected to return for parts of all three Maritime provinces. It's only around a 30% chance of it happening, though. That takes us into tonight. A chance of showers will remain. Temperatures remain quite warm for the overnight hours, and that will take us into early Friday morning, where we expect a sunny day ahead to end off the work week. If you are wondering about precipitation totals, going to remain quite light, as I had mentioned, only seeing around 2 to 5 millimeters for parts of Prince Edward Island, mainland Nova Scotia, and into Cape Breton Island. 2 to 5 millimeters also expected for parts of Labrador, and the heaviest being into Newfoundland, getting around 10 to 20 millimeters. For forecast today for New Brunswick, daytime highs will be seasonal to above seasonal today, returning from 22 degrees in St. John up to 27 in Moncton. A mix of sun and cloud with a low chance of shower activity expected into the afternoon. For Prince Edward Island, daytime highs between 23 degrees in Surrey up to 25 in Charlottetown and Tignish. We are going to see a mix of sun and cloud today. A low chance of showers will return into the evening. And then for Cape Breton, eastern Nova Scotia, a mix of sun and cloud throughout your day today. A low chance of some isolated showers expected into the afternoon, with daytime highs between 23 degrees up to 28 in Antigonish. For the rest of Nova Scotia, sunshine early on. We are going to see a very low chance of some shower activity move in into the late afternoon. Daytime highs between 21 degrees in Yarmouth up to 27 in Bridgewater. And then for Labrador City, a high of 16 degrees today. We're looking at some scattered showers throughout your day. 18 degrees into St. John's, Newfoundland, also seeing shower activity, but a bit steadier for your forecast today. That's a look at your weather forecast. Now we're going to throw things over to Amanda.
Thank you, Latavia. Canada and the U.S. still trying to finalize the terms of a trade deal before Saturday's new tariff deadline. Few details are known about the tentative agreement this morning. CTV's Mike Couture is in Washington with what we do know.
After an intense week of negotiations, Canada-U.S. Trade Minister and his American counterpart emerged shoulder to shoulder, happy with the tentative deal they've reached.
We've reached an agreement that will not only continue to protect American workers, American jobs, American supply chains, but really strengthen the North American economy and create a situation where North America will continue to be an energy powerhouse.
Three sources tell CTV News there are reductions in the Section 232 tariffs on the table as part of the agreement. Those would affect industries like steel and aluminum.
We may bring some of the tariffs down to a level where other countries are, because Canada was paying a higher tariff.
U.S. President Donald Trump has long complained about American access to Canada's supply-managed dairy sector. And he's claiming there is a deal on that, too.
The tariffs will be non-existent for our farmers. Our farmers were paying tremendous tariffs into Canada, and those tariffs are going to be totally eviscerated, down to zero.
LeBlanc tried to reassure reporters that the decades-old system isn't disappearing.
The Prime Minister was very clear. We needed to protect supply management. We needed to ensure that the supply management regime remained entirely intact. And I'm confident that that's the case.
On social media, Prime Minister Mark Carney stated this agreement is, quote, securing the best terms in each of Canada's most important strategic sectors and providing greater certainty about our future trading relationship. A source with knowledge of the talks tells CTV News there is now a clearer path to the renegotiation of CUSMA, where other issues could be finalized. After returning to Ottawa, LeBlanc joined Carney to brief both Cabinet and the premiers about the talks. And a key American irritant was addressed.
The Prime Minister has asked us as premiers, as provinces, to return the U.S. alcohol to the shelves, so we'll work through that process.
With the new deadline now just 2 days away, Canada's lead trade negotiator, Janice Charette, will remain in Washington to continue talks until the deal is officially done. Mike Lecouteur, CTV News, Washington.
And for clarification, the tariffs on about $28 billion worth of Canadian imports have been postponed until 12:01 a.m. Saturday. Now, news that Canada and the U.S. are getting close to a trade deal is welcome to many, but others are still anxiously waiting for more details. CTV's Judy Trin has early reaction from farmers, retailers, and the aluminum and steel industries.
Our farmers are going to be thrilled. Our manufacturers are going to be thrilled.
There's no doubt Donald Trump likes to win, prompting Canadians to wonder what they could lose. Giving American producers bigger quotas of milk and cheese could cut into revenue for Canada's 9,200 dairy farmers.
It's very frustrating because we only have so much milk to produce for the needs of the country, and when they take some away, then we don't get those increases.
There are some signs tariffs on automobiles could be reduced. Auto parts manufacturers are hoping the U.S. understands that cars partly made in Canada are de facto American vehicles.
A General Motors pickup truck in Oshawa with 50% U.S. content and 60% U.S. steel in it is as much an American car as the one that's made in Fort Wayne, Indiana, and they're just shooting themselves in the foot.
Duties on steel and aluminum could also be lowered. The war in the Middle East has led to shortages and driven up prices.
The price got to about $6,000 to $7,000 a ton instead of about $3,500 a ton on the U.S. market.
Singular bow. Meanwhile, small businesses like Victoire Boutique, which sells Canadian-made jewelry and clothes to American customers online, are breathing a sigh of relief. It appears a deal may stave off Trump's new 50% tariffs on $28 billion of Canadian goods.
We want to support our industry. We want to make things easier for our customers and not fall into the trap of thinking this is a normal way of operating.
For now, there's tepid optimism. After Friday's deadline extension passes and documents are signed, perhaps that'll give way to some certainty. Omar.
That's CTV's Judy Trin reporting in Ottawa. The U.S. State Department has announced Secretary of State Marco Rubio will meet with Canada's Foreign Affairs Minister Anita Anand later today. Her office says the meeting will not be about trade and that there are other global issues on the agenda. Time for a second break here on Your Morning Atlantic. Please stay with us. When we return, we will have your must-see moment from our colleagues at TSN. We'll be right back.
Move Mornings with Aaron and Peter. Weekday mornings on Move 100. The most fun in the morning. And home of the $1,000 minute. Only on Move 100 Halifax.
Welcome back on this Thursday morning, 6:24. Moving right along in the show, Latavia.
Absolutely.
But let's take time to check in with our friends at TSN Sports Center for today's must-see moment.
Hi, everyone. Mark Rowe inside the Sports Center newsroom with your must-see moment from Wednesday to Fort. We're going to head to Minnesota with the Twins taking on the Braves. Bottom two, it's Cody Clemens, who hits one to shallow left field. And check out Austin Riley, who goes all out and makes the outstanding catch. Riley reaching out with his glove to take away a hit from Clemens. That web gem earns your must-see moment from Wednesday. And Thursday on TSN, it's Week 12 in the CFL, kicking off with the Red Blacks visiting the Alouettes. Coverage begins at 7:30 Eastern, 4:30 Pacific. That's all from the Sports Center newsroom. Have a great day.
This TSN must-see moment brought to you by J.R. Rahe's Furniture and Appliances.
And on the markets, the Dow ended the day up 119 points. Shares of Moderna soared today after the biotech firm announced promising trial results for a cancer vaccine. BNN Bloomberg's Maritimers Fernandez has more.
The stock started the day at about $63 U.S. It ended the day at $174 U.S. So it ended the day up almost 177% on those positive results for the melanoma vaccine. Now, if approved, the treatment would be the first of a kind. The Moderna and Merck vaccine would be tailored for patients based on their unique tumors, and those who received it at trial lived longer without cancer returning or metastasizing. Here are the closing numbers for the day. The Canadian dollar is up to 72.41 U.S. West Texas Intermediate up to 85.83 U.S. a barrel. Western Canadian Select is down to 65.67, and the TSX gained 33 points today. Those are your business headlines. I'm Maritimers Fernandez.
Taking a look at our 3-day forecast for New Brunswick, a high of 27, a mix of sun and cloud with isolated showers expected to return into the afternoon. 26 to end off the work week with sunshine across the province. And then into the weekend, sunshine returns, evening showers with a high of 25. For Nova Scotia, 28 degrees today with a mix of sun and cloud, a very low chance of shower activity expected this afternoon. On Friday, 27 degrees with a mix of sun and cloud, scattered showers for Cape Breton Island. And then on Saturday, 24 degrees with a mix of sun and cloud, evening showers expected. For Prince Edward Island, sunshine today with evening showers. 23 on Friday with isolated showers expected into the afternoon. Sunshine on Saturday with a high of 23.
Ooh, coming up this half hour, it's Hawaiian Pizza Day. Yay. We want to know what topping does not belong on a pizza, like pineapple, in many people's opinion. Not mine, of course. That's in our Move Morning Chat in about 15 minutes on Your Morning Atlantic.
Fires of debate churning already.
Where's our pizza? That would be great. I know it's Hawaiian Pizza Day, and we're going to get into that with the Move Morning Chat. I literally loathe Hawaiian pizza.
Oh, really?
I couldn't even. If you ordered Hawaiian, I couldn't even pick the pineapple off and eat it because the residue
juices
of the pineapple is still there. However, that being said, Suzette Belliveau, hostess with the Mostest, made a Hawaiian-themed pizza not that long ago on the show, and I thought it was delicious. So
Interesting.
Anyone can change.
I was telling Amanda, when it comes to Hawaiian pizza, I'm very particular.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't like too much. I only like a little bit here and there. And only certain companies or brands I can eat of it.
Maybe maybe you got to be more discerning. And I know we're going to get it more deeply in the chat, but are you yay, nay on Hawaiian?
Nay.
Okay, great.
Yeah. Not for me. But if you love it, that's great. It's more for you. And as Brianne, our colleague Brianne Foley says, I love that for you.
Yes, indeed.
But if I'm making an order for me, it's not going to be
that. The Move Morning Chat's coming up. It's your chance to weigh in. Maybe you love Hawaiian. Maybe you can convince us otherwise, you know?
Yeah.
But that's coming up this half hour. You know what? Great day to order pizza because then you don't have to actually heat up the kitchen by cooking.
Exactly, and it's going to be heating up across the region today, specifically into the Maritime region. A sunny, hot, great beach day really ahead.
Hurrah!
Add it to the list.
Exactly. As of right now, you can see a bit of an overcast start to the day in McAdam. 19 degrees as of right now, so already feeling quite warm and muggy to start your day. We are going to see sunshine as that cloud coverage begins to break down a little bit later on this morning. 18 degrees in Halifax, 17 starting off your day in Fredericton with 19 in Charlottetown, 17 degrees over in Happy Valley Goose Bay, 19 in Corner Brook. Keep in mind sun safety when you are heading out today as the UV index index is tracking high to very high across the maritime region. Here's a look at our satellite and radar. We are going to see sunshine as that cloud coverage and fog begins to dissipate and break down into the maritime region. A mix of sun and cloud for much of the Maritimes. We are going to see a very low chance of shower activity return, though, for parts of all 3 maritime provinces at one point or another throughout the day today. Newfoundland and Labrador also going to see a chance of showers sticking around today. And in terms of our wind forecast, it's going to be quite light for the Maritimes. As of right now, 20 kilometers per hour for sustained wind in North Cape, Charlottetown, and Yarmouth, 11 into Sydney and Grand Etang. No wind gusts to report at this time. We'll take another look at your forecast in just a bit, but first a look at your local news with Amanda.
Thank you, Latavia. Details on Canada's trade deal with the U.S. remain scarce this morning, but we do know we'll likely see American booze back on store shelves. That information coming from Nova Scotia's premier, who is currently on a business trip in Alberta.
In terms of alcohol specifically, the Prime Minister has asked us as premiers, as provinces, to return the U.S. alcohol to the shelves. So we'll work through that process. Of course, it's pending a final deal that is representative of the types of things we're hearing today. But certainly the Prime Minister has asked us to look at that. It's been an irritant. It's been something that has kind of really bothered the United States for so many reasons. Now, whether Nova Scotians or whether Canadians will actually buy it when it gets back on the shelves, that's a whole nother discussion.
Tim Houston says he's not aware of anything in the deal that would specifically hurt Nova Scotia, and he's optimistic the file can finally be closed to everyone's satisfaction. There was a sizable crowd at a public meeting in New Waterford, Nova Scotia last night.
This is the road of the county. It's an addiction, and we don't have anything here to deal with that.
Hundreds of people showed up at the community rink. At times, it was standing room only. Dozens of people stepped up to the microphone, voicing concerns about things like blatant drug activity in the streets, thefts from homes and businesses, and some saying they feel unsafe. Others talked about what they feel are a lack of resources from policing to supports for addictions and mental health. The police chief and mayor were among those who attended. Mayor Cecil Clark said some of the help that's needed has to come from the provincial level.
Looking at how we can deploy better resources in support of our police service, but also the supports for things like a new homeless shelter in our community, community safety officers being introduced. How do we look at patrols that can have contracted, retired police and personnel? What creative ways can we address the impact of crime?
I felt it was a valuable meeting, and I think it's something that you're going to see positive change in the months ahead.
Organizers told the crowd there will be another public meeting by December to follow up and to track some of the solutions that have been put in place. A new and far more serious charge has now been laid against a Halifax man accused of making a bomb threat against the U.S. consulate in the city earlier this month. It's called threatening to endanger the life of an internationally protected person. 54-year-old Ali Asakara was initially charged with mischief and uttering threats. The incident resulted in a massive lockdown in a wide swath of the downtown core. Acting on a tip the day before, police alleged they found the suspect's vehicle containing a propane tank and containers believed to contain flammable liquids in a parkade near the U.S. consulate. The incident did end peacefully with the seizure and removal of the vehicle and the accused's arrest, but in court Wednesday, the stakes for the accused got a lot higher with the new charge.
In partnership with the RCMP, we've now laid new information with the Section 424 charge, which is threatening to commit an offense, which is a bombing of the U.S. Consulate General in Halifax. And so that's an internationally protected person under the criminal code.
And because of that designation, the office premises of the U.S. Consulate General is protected under international law. The new charge carries a potential penalty of 14 years in prison. A Canada-wide warrant has been issued for a 28-year-old man guilty of manslaughter after he failed to arrive at a St. John halfway house. Michael Fallon was last seen leaving the Spring Hill Institution in Nova Scotia Tuesday. He was supposed to report to the Partown Community Correctional Centre for criminals nearing the end of their sentence, but never showed. Fallon was convicted in 2018 of manslaughter, assaulting a peace officer, and weapons possession. Officials say anyone who sees him should not approach but call police instead. Now to a unique tradition in China where residents are marking Valentine's Day. The Valentine's Day festival is marked on the 7th day of the 7th month of the Chinese calendar every year. Some of the activities to celebrate the holiday took place at the Beijing Folk Custom Museum this week. Or Custom Museum. One of the activities saw women and girls compete to make pastries as well. Valentine's Day, I did not know. This is something I learned today.
Yeah.
Yes.
Celebrate Valentine's Day in a different way and at this time of year.
Who knew? So cool. So cool. My husband literally got back from China yesterday.
Yes.
I'm sure you had a fantastic time.
Yeah, fantastic time. He was there kind of like a writing thing, work thing, and he had a great experience. However, hot and humid. He said the weather we're experiencing right now feels a bit like the hot Chinese summer. Very, very muggy. Okay. So hot in China, though, that you have to carry an umbrella in certain parts all the time just to protect you from the sun.
Absolutely, yeah.
I can imagine.
Very,
wow,
very
I hope
hot.
he brought back something nice.
He did. A little silk eye mask for sleeping.
Ooh.
Yeah. Cute.
Well done.
Good on him.
I literally have to use that because, you know, when we go to sleep, sometimes it's still bright out for a crazy schedule.
Right?
Really works. This one's soft.
Real silk.
Indeed. Indeed. Yeah, so that's cool. Okay, let's move on, shall we? I wanted this next story. This is tragic / interesting for a number of reasons. Music lovers of a certain age will be shocked to know that Columbia House has folded. I was shocked to know that it still existed, to be honest, but the mail-order club that once offered 12 CDs for a penny is shutting down after 7 decades in business. It started off selling vinyl albums and then later expanded to cassettes, but it reached its peak in the 90s selling CDs or compact discs through its subscription service. I remember the folders would come and you'd pick out the 12 you'd have. I never actually did it because it was, once you did it, that was the lost leader. They would send you CDs every month and you would be charged for them at full price.
Yeah.
But you did get the 12.
Def Leppard, Beastie Boys.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
This was a big deal. I can't believe this must be just a little, like the generational gap between the years between you and us. But this was a big deal. So many people got roped into this, and then they were like, how do we get them to stop sending the CDs?
We have too many.
Yeah, and you'd get charged. Full price.
Oh, no.
Yeah. But anyway, I didn't know that the service still existed because, of course, we haven't really used CDs or cassettes in a long time.
Yeah, absolutely.
Streaming.
Yeah, is she done? She's over.
Well, if you like that, maybe, we have more entertainment headlines still ahead this half hour. But before that, we're going to get into a debate on the Move Morning Chat. This is a hot topic. Today, we want to know what topping does not belong on pizza. This is really difficult if you and your partner don't agree on it. We're going to have our opinions in just a few moments.
Good morning and welcome back. The time now is 6:43, taking a live look at a beautiful start to the day over in Somerville. A bit cooler to start early this morning at 16 degrees, but temperatures will be warming up above seasonal for your daytime high with sunshine expected. But we also have a very low chance of showers returning into the late afternoon. So as of right now, it is 18 degrees to start your day in Halifax, 19 right now in Charlottetown and in Moncton, 12 degrees in Labrador City, 14 into St. John's, Newfoundland. We are still holding on to precipitation for both Newfoundland and Labrador today. A chance of showers for both those provinces. For the Maritime region, a bit of cloud coverage to start your day. We will be seeing cloud coverage break down, though, leaving sunshine for all 3 maritime provinces. Then into the afternoon, a low chance of some isolated showers expected to return, and we are going to see that return into the evening as well. Temperatures for our lows tonight quite warm, so holding on to that humidity for the day today. That will take us into our forecast for Friday, ending off the work week. A bit cloudy to start. Clouds will clear, leaving lots of sunshine across the Maritimes. If you're wondering about precipitation totals, going to remain quite light for all 3 maritime provinces, only seeing around 2 to 5 millimeters for parts of Prince Edward Island into mainland Nova Scotia and parts of Cape Breton. For Labrador, only seeing around 2 to 5 millimeters of additional precipitation as well. The heaviest for Newfoundland being 10 to 20 millimeters. For a forecast today for New Brunswick, sunshine returns across the province. So does a low chance of some isolated showers, though. Daytime highs will range from 22 degrees in St. John up to 27 in Moncton. And pretty light wind expected as well. For Prince Edward Island, lots of sunshine throughout your day today, seeing a chance of showers return into the evening. And then for Cape Breton, eastern Nova Scotia, a mix of sun and cloud throughout your day today as cloud coverage breaks down early on. We are going to see isolated showers return into the afternoon. Daytime highs will range from 23 to 28, being the warmest into Antigonish. And then for the rest of Nova Scotia, a mix of sun and cloud throughout your day today. A low chance of showers will return late into the afternoon. Daytime highs between 21 degrees in Yarmouth up to 27 in Bridgewater. Labrador City holding on to scattered showers throughout your day today with a high of 16 degrees. 18 for St. John's, Newfoundland, looking at shower activity throughout your day as well. That's a look at your weather forecast. Going to throw things over to the Move Morning Chat. Welcome back to the Move Morning Chat with Aaron and Peter. It's actually Hawaiian Pizza Day. So we want to know what toppings does not belong on your pizza. Aaron, Peter, what are the toppings for you?
Well, because you know Hawaiian pizza, it's controversial. Some people are very upset when there is pineapple on pizza. I personally love it. My opinion on what does not belong on pizza will probably be controversial because I know a lot of Maritimers love this, but I don't like pepperoni pizza, specifically in the Maritimes.
Okay, that's fair. It tastes different.
Only in the Maritimes, I don't want pepperoni on my pizza, and it's because I have a problem with where everyone puts it. Pepperoni pizza in the Maritimes, there's always pepperoni under the cheese.
Under the cheese, yes.
And it's like that deli meat pepperoni. I don't think that belongs on pizza ever. It should be the pepperoni cups on top of the cheese, nice and crispy. So for specifically in the Maritimes, pepperoni, don't put that on my pizza. I don't want it.
So you want the little curled up pizza cup?
Yes.
Yes, absolutely. Cup. Oh, it's the best.
Yeah.
Oh, that's sweet.
Yeah. I knew you'd be mad. I knew it.
No, I'm just disappointed.
Oh.
I'm not mad. I'm just disappointed.
Yeah, even worse. Yeah.
Listen, Aaron will tell you there is nothing that I won't try. Okay, there is no food that I won't try. When it comes to pizza, the same thing applies. We've had conversations on the air here over the years about tuna pizza, which I've ordered a couple of times at a local pizzeria here called Salvatore's, which is delicious. Aaron was not down with that at all.
No.
I've had French fries on my pizza in Italy. In Italy, I've had that. I've had, of course, anchovies again, which are controversial, especially in probably Canada, but not in other parts. There is nothing that I won't try. So I can't think of a single thing that I would not try or does not belong, as far as I'm concerned, on pizza. Anything goes. Just try me. I will be willing to try to eat it.
Just like my husband. Yeah.
Yeah.
He will have any kind of pizza there is in the world. Me, I don't like anchovies or olives on pizza.
Oh, kind of like a salty taste to it?
Yeah, my mom and my husband love olives, so they always want olives on pizza, and I'm like, not on my side, and not on the edge. I can't take those edge pieces either if it touched it. No, I can't do it. Yucky.
It's so funny because you think it's not much of a debate, but then if you're ever with a large group of people and you're saying, hey, let's order a pizza, and then you start to have that conversation of what should we get, and then you realize people can be very particular when it comes to it. So for me, I am not a fan of Hawaiian pizza. It's not bad, but it's not the option I'm gonna go for, whereas my husband loves Hawaiian pizza. So I know if we have our friend Shelly over, they will get some Hawaiian pizza for them to split. And I'm so happy for them that they're going to enjoy their Hawaiian pizza together, because I'll often get the works, which comes with a variety of different ingredients. But the one thing that my husband doesn't like on that is it comes with a lot of red onion.
Okay.
And he can't do red onion, so there's a bit of controversy in our household sometimes when we have to order pizza.
That's fair.
Anyway, so, oh, go ahead, Aaron.
I was going to say, it's a tough life when you're trying to decide what everyone likes.
Right?
Not easy.
Guess you just have to order more pizza. So, and we're not even getting into the thin or thick crust. So we're throwing the question to you at home. It is Hawaiian Pizza Day, whether you celebrate it or not. What topping does not belong on pizza? Do you agree with us, or are you like Peter? You're like Switzerland. It's fine. Everything's good. Send us a text at 10400. We'll share your answers a little later.
All right, well, now it's time to head over to Hollywood. We'll take a look at your entertainment headlines.
She's choosing to con us. You're choosing to believe her.
Good American Family is coming back to Hulu for a second season. The new season of the anthology will focus on the jaw-dropping case of Lorena and John Bobbitt. Grey's Anatomy star Ellen Pompeo, who starred in the series' first season, will executive produce. Disney is the parent company of Hulu and ABC News.
We back.
Scary Movie will soon be available to stream. The sixth movie in the Scary Movie franchise reunites original stars Marlon and Shawn Wayans and Anna Faris. It will premiere on Paramount Plus on September 3rd.
I was built to protect and obey humans, and humans are idiots.
Murderbot has announced additional cast for the second season of the Alexander Skarsgård-led series. New cast members include Steve Buscemi, Severance star Tremel Tillman, Nicholas Braun, and Wanda Sykes. And happy birthday to Demi Lovato, who is 34 today. That's what's happening in Hollywood. Melissa Adon, ABC News, Los Angeles.
We all know St. John's, Newfoundland is a city known for its beautiful scenery. So when it comes to putting up a giant steel sign in the middle of town, there were mixed feelings.
The CTV's Garrett Berry has more on the St. John sign that's getting a lot of attention.
Unveiling for the first time this controversial landmark St. John sign.
Everybody had an opinion.
Think Hollywood sign, but much smaller, 6 feet tall, nearly 40 feet wide. And now, months after it was bought, this giant St. John sign is finally on display.
I'm just glad it's here. I couldn't wait to come down and take a picture with it.
The first plans were to put this sign in Bannerman Park. It's the biggest downtown green space in the city, but that faced big opposition very quickly.
So this unveiling was stalled. The sign spent the last year stuck in storage.
I was surprised. I was surprised. I didn't anticipate that kind of discussion happening around it. But it is what it is.
Part of the controversy, the $85,000 price tag.
I never heard anyone praise the idea of the sign at all, let alone the designed sign and the locations that were proposed.
But downtown resident Reese Madigan also argues it's just not that good looking.
It is just another eye-rolling situation where there's so many better places that money could be spent, and we're talking about a generic sign that is very uninspired.
Mayor Danny Breen can't help but notice there's signs like this in dozens of towns right across the country.
I think a big part of it at the time was that people didn't know what it was. They didn't really see they couldn't visualize the sign.
And with the money already spent, his city staff are now taking suggestions on where the sign should be permanently installed. Garrett Berry, CTV News, St. John's.
Taking another look at our 3-day forecast, a high of 27 degrees in New Brunswick. Sunshine will start off your day. We do have a low chance of showers moving into the afternoon. Ending off the work week with sunny skies across the province, a high of 26. Then into the weekend, sunshine remains in the forecast with a high of 25. A chance of showers returns into the evening. For Nova Scotia, 28 degrees today with a mix of sun and cloud. Isolated showers expected this afternoon. 27 degrees on Friday. Looking at a mix of sun and cloud, we do have scattered showers returning for Cape Breton Island. And then into the weekend on Saturday, 24 with a mix of sun and cloud and evening showers expected. For Prince Edward Island, 25 degrees today with a mix of sun and cloud, evening showers. Much of the same on Friday, sunshine with isolated showers into the afternoon and sunny skies on Saturday.
It's Thursday, August 20th. Today on Your Morning Atlantic, the Prime Minister is asking premiers to lift their U.S. booze ban as officials try to finalize a trade deal. Details ahead in your news headlines.
And And back-to-school support doesn't stop when classes start. We'll chat with the folks from Phoenix Youth Programs about their back-to-school drive and the programs they offer. That's coming up in this half hour on Your Morning Atlantic.
Rise and shine, Atlantic Canada. Good morning. The time now is 7:01 on your Thursday, and we are seeing the return of sunshine today for the Maritime region. Temperatures going to warm back up. I'm very excited about that.
Yeah.
It has been quite muggy, though.
Yeah.
This entire week, and we are holding on to humidity.
Well, you know what? We have the sun, though. So
Yes.
it kind of feels more fun. Although we did need the rain. And I noticed it made a difference. There are some patches of sod that have been planted where I walk the dogs. And they were as crisp and dry as straw. And they, because of the rain we got, I saw them, they're sprouting green again.
Amazing.
Oh,
yeah.
that's great news. So it worked.
Yes, it was much needed, that's for sure.
Certainly think about people, too, on well water as well, not just
yes, absolutely.
as well. Yeah, so good to get the wet weather in, especially during the week. Because I love to say it, the summer, nothing like a summer weekend, because there is so
Absolutely.
much that you want to do and take in.
Get to the beach.
Well, this weekend is going to cool back down, unfortunately, for many areas. But for the next couple of days, we're holding on to sunshine, humidity, heat. So great days to head outdoors and explore. Head to the beach if you're able to do so. Here's a live look at Fredericton to start your day. 17 degrees early this morning. We'll be seeing a mix of sun and cloud throughout your day today with a low chance of showers returning late this afternoon. 19 degrees right now in Charlottetown, with 18 starting off your day in Halifax, 17 in Yarmouth, 16 degrees over in Cartwright, 14 in St. Anthony. Keeping in mind sun safety when heading out, as the UV index has now climbed to high to very high across the Maritime region. And we do have shower activity still holding for Newfoundland and Labrador throughout your day today. A chance of showers is expected for the Maritime region. Isolated showers expected for New Brunswick and Nova Scotia late this afternoon. And in terms of our wind forecast, remaining light for all three Maritime provinces throughout your day today. 20 kilometers per hour in North Cape with 20 in Charlottetown, 11 into Sydney and Grand Etang with 13 in Yarmouth. No wind gusts to report at this time. We'll take another look at your forecast just ahead, but first a look at your local news with Amanda.
Thank you, Latavia. Details on Canada's trade deal with the U.S. remain scarce this morning, but we do know we will likely see American booze back on store shelves. That information coming from Nova Scotia's Premier, who's currently on a business trip in Alberta.
In terms of alcohol specifically, the Prime Minister has asked us as premiers, as provinces, to return the U.S. alcohol to the shelves. So we'll work through that process. Of course, it's pending a final deal that is representative of the types of things we're hearing today. But certainly the Prime Minister has asked us to look at that. It's been an irritant. It's been something that has kind of really bothered the United States for so many reasons. Now, whether Nova Scotians or whether Canadians will actually buy it when it gets back on the shelves, that's a whole nother discussion.
Tim Houston says he's not aware of anything in the deal that would specifically hurt Nova Scotia, and he's optimistic the file can finally be closed to everyone's satisfaction. The federal leader of the opposition, Pierre Poilievre, was asked about the deal at a stop in Charlottetown. He says it has to be good for Canada or it's not worth signing.
That's what he promised, an even better deal than we had before. To me, that should mean no tariffs on steel, aluminum, autos, lumber, and an exemption to Buy America.
The Conservative leader was joined on the island by members of his Atlantic caucus. In Cape Breton, there was a sizable crowd at a public meeting in New Waterford last night.
This is the root of the problem. It's the addiction. And we don't have anything here to deal with that.
Hundreds of people showed up at the community rink. At times, it was standing room only. Dozens of people stepped up to the microphone, voicing concerns about things like blatant drug activity in the streets, thefts from homes and businesses, and some saying they feel unsafe. Others talked what they feel are a lack of resources, from policing to supports for addictions and mental health. The police chief and mayor were among those who attended. Mayor Cecil Clark said some of the help that's needed has to come from the provincial level.
Looking at how we can deploy better resources in support of our police service, but also the supports for things like a new homeless shelter in our community. As again, community safety officers being introduced. How do we look at patrols that can have contracted, retired police and personnel? What creative ways can we address the impact of crime?
I felt it was a valuable meeting, and I think it's something that you're going to see positive change in the months ahead.
Organizers told the crowd there will be another public meeting by December to follow up and to track some of the solutions that have been put into place. Finally, early numbers suggest it's been a pretty good tourism season so far. New Brunswick has welcomed a large number of visitors who specifically chose to spend their holidays in the province. Some operators say business is up almost 40%.
Most folks that are on my tour are mentioning the fact that they're choosing to stay within Canada, not going to the United States, and to see their own country and not support other places that they would normally be going.
So this season has been amazing. We've hosted about approximately 2,000 guests so far this season, and the growth since we started in 2023 has been significant.
Tourism officials say spending is up nearly 7% from last year, totaling $157 million, and that's as of June.
And that's not even the peak time.
I know.
Exactly, yeah.
We still have the fall season coming too. New Brunswick tourism, even popular during the winter too, for people who love to be outside.
That's true.
Absolutely.
That is true.
Yeah.
I love going to New Brunswick. So many wonderful, too many spots to see in a region to hit in one summer, that's for sure. Okay, well, some people like to do some home renovations in the summertime to get ready for the fall and the winter.
Yeah.
If that's you, this is your contest. Listen up if you're looking to do some of that work. This month's Kent Big Bucket giveaway offers you the chance to win a $1,500 gift card to Kent, specifically the flooring departments where it's recommended you use it. But you can simply go to ctvatlantic.ca or click on the QR code on your screen right now to have a chance to win that $1,500 to spend. What a gift. And Kent, by the way, what great buyers they have. They make such great choices. The flooring, the lighting, everything's so fresh and modern. They do a good job. There's some really neat flooring that, for example, there's some kind of like sheets that look like tile, but they're actually just sheets to put down. It's way faster.
Oh.
And I said, well, that would be great. And she said, well, do you live in an old house? And I said, yes. She said, well, that's not for you because it's going to crack. You want this one. And it looked exactly the same, but it was more of a flexible thing.
Interesting.
Like, boom.
That's why
you for that advice.
Go to the experts in
they know what
that
they're doing.
department. I get excited on a project, and then I bring a bunch of stuff home, and then my husband comes home from work, and he goes, oh, is this what we're doing now? And I'm like, yeah, we are. So last night we spent an hour actually installing a new light I got.
Nice.
Amazing.
Yeah. He wasn't too happy. But here's the thing. I knew if I started to work on it by myself, he'd be like, why are you doing it without me? Let me help.
He wants to be in on the fun.
Especially when I say, should we call your dad?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, I mean, yeah, Kent is super useful that way. And remember they gave us those Kent hats? I wear them with pride all the time.
Me too.
Yeah.
Very cool hats.
They are nice. You can buy them in the store too.
Indeed, yeah.
All right, we're going to take another break here. Latavia has more details on the full Thursday forecast. Plus, we'll have more reaction about that possible trade deal made between Canada and the U.S. We're going to take a live look now at Clark's Harbor. You can almost feel the mugginess by looking at it, right? Yeah. Forecast in just a few moments. Please stick around.
Good morning and welcome back. The time now is 7:12. We're taking a live look at St. John's, Newfoundland. 14 degrees to start your day, expecting some wet weather to move in. Make sure to keep that in mind before heading out. Don't forget your rain gear. Showers expected throughout your day today. Weather is brought to you by Cummins Trusted Home Standby Generators. 18 degrees right now in Halifax. 20 degrees starting off your day in Charlottetown with 19 in Moncton. 12 degrees in Labrador City, 14 into St. John's, Newfoundland. So also Labrador will be seeing precipitation throughout the day today. A chance of showers across the province. Steadier shower activity expected for Newfoundland. With the Maritime region a bit cloudy to start your day. Clouds will clear though, leaving sunshine for all three Maritime provinces. We are expecting a low chance of some isolated showers to return into the late afternoon for parts of New Brunswick and Nova Scotia. With Prince Edward Island seeing a chance of showers move into the evening hours. Pretty warm lows for tonight, holding on to humidity, and that will take us into early Friday morning. A bit of a cloudier start to the day. Clouds will clear, leaving sunshine to end off the work week. If you're wondering about precipitation totals, remaining quite light for all 3 maritime provinces, only seeing around 2 to 5 millimeters for Prince Edward Island and parts of Nova Scotia. 2 to 5 millimeters as well for parts of Labrador, and the heaviest for Newfoundland being 10 to 20 millimeters. For a forecast today for New Brunswick, daytime highs below seasonal to above seasonal today, ranging from 21 degrees in St. John up to 27. A mix of sun and cloud across the province today with a low chance of showers returning late this afternoon. Prince Edward Island holding on to sunshine throughout the day today with highs between 24 to 26 and looking at a chance of showers returning into the evening. For Cape Breton, eastern Nova Scotia, light wind for this part of the province as well as a mix of sun and cloud today. Isolated showers into the afternoon with highs between 23 to 28. And then for the rest of Nova Scotia, pretty much the same, lots of sunshine as cloud coverage breaks down. We will be seeing a low chance of isolated showers late this afternoon. Daytime highs between 21 degrees in Yarmouth up to 27 in Bridgewater. A chance of scattered showers expected throughout your day today with a high of 16 degrees in Labrador City, 18 into St. John's, Newfoundland, looking at some steadier shower activity throughout your day. That's a look at your weather forecast. Going to throw things over to meteorologist Kaylin Mitchell.
This is the Campfire Conditions Report brought to you by Pine Acres RV, where customers become friends. In the province of New Brunswick, you are currently allowed to have a campfire. And for Nova Scotia, campfires for most counties are permitted between the hours of 2 p.m. and 8 a.m. with one exception. If you're in Hants County, you have to wait until 7 p.m. to have a campfire. There, campfires currently allowed between 7 p.m. and 8 a.m. Checking in on the province of Prince Edward Island, campfires are currently allowed with domestic brush burning permitted between the hours of 2 p.m. and 8 a.m. Keep fires small and under control and never leave a campfire unattended.
Thank you, Kaylin. News that Canada and the U.S. are getting close to a trade deal is welcome to many, but others are still anxiously waiting for more details. CTV's Judy Trin has early reaction from farmers, retailers, and the aluminum and steel industries.
Our farmers are going to be thrilled. Our manufacturers are going to be thrilled. And basically, we have no tariffs going into Canada.
There's no doubt Donald Trump likes to win, prompting Canadians to wonder what they could lose. Giving Americans bigger quotas of milk and cheese could chip away at protections for Canada's 9,000 dairy farms.
It will become irrelevant because there will be so much milk entering from every other country that supply management will no longer work. So it's our worry right now.
We are asking the federal government to work for a reduction of the tariffs that are being applied, and we also avoid any new tariffs and also make sure that there is a review.
There are some signs tariffs on automobiles could be reduced. Auto parts manufacturers are hoping the U.S. understands that cars partly made in Canada are de facto American vehicles.
And remind the Americans that a General Motors pickup truck in Oshawa with 50% U.S. content and 60% U.S. steel in it is as much an American car as the one that's made in Fort Wayne, Indiana. And they're just shooting themselves in the foot.
Singular bow. Meanwhile, small businesses like Victoire Boutique, which sells Canadian-made jewelry and clothes to American customers online, are breathing a sigh of relief. It appears a deal may stave off Trump's new 50% tariffs on $28 billion of Canadian goods.
We want to support our industry. We want to make things easier for our customers and not fall into the trap of thinking this is a normal way of operating.
Right now, there's cautious optimism, but until Friday's deadline passes and there's a signed document, there won't be any certainty. Judy Trin, CTV News, Ottawa.
There are multiple reports Prince Harry and his wife Meghan and their 2 children are relocating back to the UK, and that the King found out about it on Sunday. The family has been living in California since 2020 after stepping back from royal duties and a clash with the royal family. Their children, Archie and Lilibet, aged 7 and 5, are said to be starting British schools next month. Last month, they visited the King and Queen Camilla. It was the first time Charles, who is receiving cancer treatment, had seen his grandchildren in 4 years. Another break here on your Morning Atlantic. When we return, we'll be talking about a local drive for school supplies and how you can help. That's on the other side of this break. Please stay with us.
Move Mornings with Aaron and Peter. Weekday mornings on Move 100. The most fun in the morning. And home of the $1,000 minute. Only on Move 100 Halifax.
Now, trying to cover the rising costs for school supplies is a struggle for many maritime families. In Halifax, Phoenix Youth Programs is trying to ease that burden. The community organization is hosting back-to-school supply drives, collecting donations of new and gently used items in support of students of all ages. So here to tell us more is Youth Shelter Manager Janelle Camo and Intensive Case Manager Marian McTagg. Thank you both for coming in this morning.
Thank you for having us.
All right, so we'll start with you, Janelle. Tell us a little bit about the Coles notes about what Phoenix Youth Programs are all about.
That's a great question. So we are a not-for-profit agency here in Halifax that serves youth from the ages of 11 up until 24, and we really aim to offer wraparound supports to youth in that age range. So we have 16 locations, we serve hundreds of youth a year, and we offer everything from emergency shelter and long-term housing to education and employment support, food support, case management, therapy, sort of anything that a youth needs to meet them where they're at and help them on the road to independence.
Wow, 16 locations. So that's a lot of people that you need to support. So tell us about kind of the main challenges maybe that the people would face.
I think from my particular program, which is Phoenix Youth, where it's a drop-in center, so folks can come and they connect with the case manager. We provide some other kind of like basic supports in terms of food, essential items, hygiene items, laundry, and what we're seeing right now is a huge increase in folks that are accessing primarily for food. With the rising cost of living, what we're seeing a significant amount of folks having to choose between paying rent, buying groceries, paying bills. And so the fact that we have a partnership with Parker Street and Feed Nova Scotia is that really helpful for us to be able to provide folks with the items that they need on the daily and help make that budget stretch a little bit farther.
Yes, and those needs would kind of vary with the seasons, and we're seeing images now of stocking the shelves for the school supply drive. This time of year, especially if money is tight and if it's the choice between food and school supplies, of course you're going to have to choose food. So with this drive, Janelle, what are you looking for people that are watching now?
That's a great question. So we are really looking for school supplies for all ages. We are supporting quite a few youth who have young children of their own. So we are looking for school supplies from kindergarten all the way through to university. We are seeing a huge increase in university students accessing our services, and they have, it's really challenging. I think spaces in residence are quite limited. Cost is quite a challenge, and even the vacancies, trying to just find a space to go can be really challenging. So unfortunately, they are ending up in our emergency shelter.
Interesting. Oh my goodness. Okay, this is a list of supplies you need. This would be available on your website, which we'll put a link to, but perhaps just tell us some of the top items you need at this time.
Yeah, for sure. I would say we're really looking for those basics. Backpacks are a big thing. Binders, combination locks for lockers. Those are huge as well. And then for the university side, we are looking for things like laptop bags, chargers. Gift cards and monetary donations are really helpful for us to help provide those course-specific materials for youth who are in college or post-secondary university.
All right, so Marianne, if people are thinking right now, it's like, I could do something, how can people help you?
Well, there's various ways. We are hosting a end of school, back to school supply drive coming up in the very near future. So we're asking if folks have in-kind donations, if they could drop them off to our location at 6035 Coburg Road, which is the Phoenix Drop-In Center.
Yes.
And folks can do that, we ask, before the 25th, so we can start going through and preparing and making sure we can provide the folks the items that they need before school starts so they're ready to start their year with confidence.
Perfect. And if you aren't able to go to the drive, of course, monetary donations are accepted, right?
Yes, always. Absolutely. You can go to our website at phoenixyouth.ca, and there are a variety of ways that you can support us with monetary donations.
Okay, perfect. Then you'll go out and get the supplies that you need.
Exactly.
Or fill in the gaps once the drive is over, for sure. Thank you both for coming in this morning, and thank you for the hard work you do in the community. It sounds like it's really needed right now.
Awesome. Thank you so much for having us on.
Thank you so much.
Our pleasure. All right, now we're going to turn our attention over to Latavia for a 3-day forecast.
Thanks, Crystal. Starting off in New Brunswick, 27 degrees today with a mix of sun and cloud. Isolated showers expected to return, though, into the afternoon. Sunshine across the province to end off the work week with a high of 26. 25 on Saturday, a mix of sun and cloud, a chance of showers into the evening. For Nova Scotia, 28 degrees today with a mix of sun and cloud. Isolated showers return into the afternoon. Sunshine for much of the province to end off the work week with a high of 27. We do have scattered showers, though, returning for Cape Breton Island. On Saturday, 24 with a mix of sun and cloud and a chance of showers into the evening. For Prince Edward Island, 25 degrees today with a mix of sun and cloud, evening showers. On Friday, 23 degrees with a mix of sun and cloud. A low chance of showers returns into the afternoon. 23 on Saturday with sunny skies across the island.
Coming up in this half hour, back to school lunches, they can be challenging at times. So our friend and registered dietitian, Lori Barker-Jackman, is here with some child-approved ideas that can't be Max.
I know.
Look at him. He's just getting so tall. They grow so fast. Okay, that's coming up in 15 minutes on Your Morning Atlantic.
So happy that you're able to be with us on this Thursday, August 20th. School, a couple weeks away for a lot of people.
Yep.
Wild. We're halfway through the show already. I mean, time just really flies. But it's evident, you really notice time passing when you see kids.
Yes.
And Max has been part of our show since he was just a little knee-high to a grasshopper kid.
Little.
And now he's as tall as a man. Oh my gosh.
I know, I was like, who is that? That can't be Max.
No.
Wow.
And then he looks up and you see him. That was our little Max doing March break with Max. And now look at him. I say ours like he's our child. Of course, he's Lori's. But I can't believe if we notice the difference, she must. It's because she feeds him that good food.
Right? I know. Growing like a weed.
It is true.
Yeah.
Although I will say my son literally was the pickiest eater in the world. He pretty much only ate applesauce and yogurt.
Thank you. At least I'm not alone. One of my sons eats the whole house. You would think he's a teenager.
Yeah.
He's 2.5.
Yeah.
And my other son, absolutely not. He's like the dairy man.
Well,
only dairy products.
My son is at least, I think he's 6'2".
Oh, wow.
So I don't know how that happened, but he's the tallest person in our family eating.
Right? It's funny because
diet.
people ask me like, oh, are your kids 4? No, they're 2.
What?
They're quite
No, they're
tall.
they're
for
tall,
their age.
yeah.
And for me, I'm like, they're small, but no, they're not.
Yeah, interesting. Interesting. So anyway, you should. Healthy food gives you a better chance of ensuring that the children grow healthfully. So Lori's got some lunch ideas coming up.
Absolutely, and ones that they'll enjoy.
Yeah, or actually eat. Oh my gosh. Anywho, that's coming up. In the meantime, weather information is what people need to get out the door.
Yes, and if you are packing your lunch, make sure to pack some water, stay hydrated. We are going to see that UV index rise as well as those temperatures today. Here's a live look at Summerside, 19 degrees to start your day. Lots of sunshine across the island today. We are going to see sunshine for the Maritime region. 17 right now to start your day in Halifax, 18 in Sydney, as well as into Fredericton. 17 degrees right now in Happy Valley Goose Bay, 19 in Corner Brook. Here is a look at that UV index tracking high to very high across the Maritime region. We're still holding on to a bit of precipitation for parts of Atlantic Canada, looking at a chance of showers across the Labrador and shower activity across Newfoundland. For the Maritime region, cloud coverage begins to break down early on. We will be seeing sunshine return for all 3 Maritime provinces, with a low chance of showers returning for New Brunswick and Nova Scotia this afternoon. And in terms of our wind forecast, remaining light for all 3 Maritime provinces. As of right now, sustained wind of 22 kilometers per hour in North Cape, 13 into Sydney with 15 in Lunenburg and Yarmouth. No wind gusts to report at this time. We'll take another look at your forecast just ahead, but first a look at your local news with Amanda.
Thank you, Latavia. Details on Canada's trade deal with the U.S. remain scarce this morning, but we do know we will likely see American booze back on store shelves. That information coming from Nova Scotia's Premier, who's currently on a business trip in Alberta.
In terms of alcohol specifically, the Prime Minister has asked us as premiers, as provinces, to return the U.S. alcohol to the shelves. So we'll work through that process. Of course, it's pending a final deal that is representative of the types of things we're hearing today. But certainly the Prime Minister has asked us to look at that. It's been an irritant. It's been something that has kind of really bothered the United States for so many reasons. Now, whether Nova Scotians or whether Canadians will actually buy it when it gets back on the shelves, that's a whole nother discussion.
Tim Houston says he's not aware of anything in the deal that would specifically hurt Nova Scotia, and he's optimistic the file can finally be closed to everyone's satisfaction. Police in New Brunswick say they are now investigating the suspicious death of a 57-year-old as a homicide. RCMP say they responded to a report of a sudden death in Moncton on the night of Tuesday, August 4th. The man's body was found inside a residence. Police now looking to speak with a male driver who stopped and spoke with the person walking on Route 910 in the Shenstone and Hillsborough areas around that time. Anyone with information is being urged to reach out. In Cape Breton, there was a sizable crowd at a public meeting in New Waterford last night.
This is the root of the problem. It's the addiction. And we don't have anything here to deal with that.
Hundreds of people showed up at the community rink. At times, it was standing room only. Dozens of people stepped up to the microphone, voicing concerns about things like blatant drug activity in the streets, thefts from homes and businesses, and some saying they feel unsafe. Others talked about what they feel are a lack of resources, from policing to supports for addictions and mental health. The police chief and mayor were among those who attended. Mayor Cecil Clark said some of the help that's needed has to come from the provincial level.
Looking at how we can deploy better resources in support of our police service, but also the supports for things like a new homeless shelter in our community, as again, community safety officers being introduced. How do we look at patrols that can have contracted, retired police and personnel? What creative ways can we address the impact of crime?
I felt it was a valuable meeting, and I think it's something that you're going to see positive change in the months ahead.
Organizers told the crowd there will be another public meeting by December to follow up and to track some of the solutions that have been put into place. If anyone knows what it's like to run an emergency service in a fast-growing city, it's the new fire chief in Halifax.
When I heard about this opportunity, it was at a time in my career where I feel like I have the leadership maturity and the competence to come in and help lead this department.
Darren Reitze is the first woman in the role. Her background includes stints as chief of Pearson Airport Fire and Emergency, Mississauga, one of Canada's largest cities, and Vaughan, one of the fastest growing. She says that experience will shape what she does in Halifax.
So there will be certain communities that are growing at an exponential rate, whereas other communities may be shrinking. So can we move some resources from one area to another?
She replaces Ken Stubing, who clashed with his members over policy, preparedness, and equipment. Finally, a worker at a Milwaukee ice cream parlor has egg and quite a few liters of custard on his face after a disastrous fumble. That was all caught on camera. Look at this. Here's a debacle.
Oh.
Yeah, don't worry. We're going to show it again and again. The employee, as you saw, lifts a large container, lost control, finds himself covered in a messy custard mix.
Was about to go pour it in, and I could just feel my hand slip. And as soon as it slipped, I don't remember anything after that other than being covered in the shake mix.
Let's see it again.
Oh, man.
The glasses and everything.
Custard, too, so delicious.
So delicious.
What a shame. So much custard was lost.
And just look at the dripping on the glasses. The other employees, like, barely got anything. So no shock, the worker was sent home to shower while his coworkers cleaned up the mess.
Oh.
Oh, that is so good.
Oh, my gosh. But that's a very heavy thing.
It is.
Yeah.
Like, that's a heavy thing of custard.
Oh, I know. Custard's expensive. Whoopsie doodle.
No kidding. It's
so
delicious.
funny.
Oh, custard.
It smells good.
Yeah, it does.
Anyways, I could not wait to share that video.
Glad it wasn't me. Okay. All right. You actually spilled coffee this morning.
I did.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
When? Where?
Oh. Yeah, we're not going to talk about it. Okay, yesterday, sorry I brought it up, viewer Melissa Carter shared a photo of a jellyfish on her beach walk.
Yes.
Oh, wow. Well, here's a whole museum dedicated to jellyfish, Melissa. The private Jellyfish Museum is located in Pompano Beach, Florida. Beautiful, right? It's believed to be the first museum in the United States dedicated entirely to translucent invertebrates, and one of the few such spaces in the world that does this. So jellyfish have survived for over 500 million years, making them older than dinosaurs and even trees.
Wow.
Their ancient origins are part of their allure, along with, of course, their hypnotic and pulsing movements. They have no heart or brain. They're made up primarily of water, giving them this translucent look.
Wow, they're
Right?
so pretty.
Jelly man.
So neat.
They are so weird.
They're weird.
I know.
Wonderful.
I can't think about it too long and hard, but just looking at them, I'm like, this is soothing.
It's so soothing. And the way they have them lit in this museum, you get to really...
Exactly.
Yeah.
But then once I'm like, oh my God, they're alive. Then it like creeps me
And
out.
they're
With no
alive.
brain or heart.
But they have no brain or heart. So, like, it kind of... Wow, do they have a soul?
500 million years.
Wow.
Well, they must. They glow.
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
Very cool.
One of the many questions of life.
Indeed.
We have a Move Morning Chat question, of course, for the day. And this one, it is controversial. It's Hawaiian Pizza Day. Some will be celebrating, some not. What topping does not belong on pizza? Send us a text at 10400. I would say, speaking for all three of us, not one of us is a huge fan of Hawaiian.
No.
I like it, but I don't love it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I've grown to tolerate it because after Suzette let me try hers. But I used to be like so against it.
Yeah.
Like I didn't even want it in the room.
Get that away from here. Okay, maybe you don't want to find that in your lunchbox. Still ahead, registered dietitian Lori Barker-Jackman is here with some simple back-to-school lunch ideas that your kid who's growing up and entering another grade can maybe make themselves. Okay, we're going to talk to her about that and how old Max is now when we return.
Perfect morning for a round of golf in Ganesh. Welcome back. The time now is 7:44. 18 degrees to start your day with a mix of sun and cloud. We will be seeing a very low chance of showers expected to return late this afternoon. Weather is brought to you by Cummins Trusted Home Standby Generators. Still holding on to a muggy start to the day. Humidity will remain throughout the day for the Maritime region. 17 degrees to start your day in Halifax, 18 in Sydney, 20 degrees early this morning in Charlottetown with 19 in Moncton, 17 in Happy Valley Goose Bay, 15 degrees in St. Anthony. We are still seeing precipitation track across both Newfoundland and Labrador. Labrador seeing a chance of scattered showers, with Newfoundland seeing steadier shower activity throughout the day. For the Maritime region, cloud coverage begins to break down early on, leaving sunshine for all three Maritime provinces. We do have a low chance of shower activity expected for parts of the Maritime region. That will continue into tonight. We will be seeing a chance of showers clear out, though, for Friday morning. A cloudy start to the day with clouds clearing, leaving sunshine across the Maritime region to end off the work week. If you're wondering about precipitation totals, remaining very light for the Maritime region, only seeing 2 to 5 millimeters for parts of Prince Edward Island, into parts of Cape Breton Island, as well as parts of Labrador. And the heaviest for Newfoundland being around 10 to 20 millimeters. For our forecast today for New Brunswick, sunshine returns across the province with a mix of sun and cloud to start your day. Isolated showers expected late this afternoon with daytime highs between 21 degrees in St. John up to 27. For Prince Edward Island, highs between 24 to 26, a mix of sun and cloud throughout your day. We will be seeing a chance of showers move back into the evening. And then for Cape Breton, eastern Nova Scotia, a mix of sun and cloud today with isolated showers into the afternoon. Daytime highs between 23 to 28, being the warmest into Antigonish. And then the rest of Nova Scotia seeing sunshine today as cloud coverage breaks down. Isolated showers late this afternoon with highs between 21 to 27. For Labrador City, scattered showers throughout your day today with a high of 16. 18 degrees for St. John's, Newfoundland as your daytime high. A few showers expected on and off throughout the day. That's a look at your weather forecast. Going to throw things over to Crystal.
Yeah, and Max and Lori Barker-Jackman, so great to have everybody here because we're talking about what it's like to make healthy lunches. So Lori Barker-Jackman, you're a registered dietitian.
Yes.
So we're going to ask you what makes a healthy lunch in a second. But first, the elephant in the room is Max, because gosh, I know that you're the little boy we had on our show, but it's hard to recognize. You've grown so much.
I mean, like, it's been how long? Like a year?
Well, till we've seen you, and you've grown a ton in the last year.
Yeah, since like the Halloween thing, way back when.
I know, and even listen to your voice. So where are you going? Like, what grade are you going into in the fall?
I'm going into grade 8.
Wow. Okay. Okay, so you're no stranger. That's many years of school under the belt, no stranger to a good lunch. I know you help prepare these healthy lunch options for us, but let's turn things over to your mom, the expert here, registered dietitian. What does actually make up a healthy lunch?
Okay, so what we really want to think about with this is really that healthy plate. So really trying to get half of our plate vegetables and fruit, a quarter protein-rich foods, and a quarter whole grains.
Okay.
It can look like a lot of different things that we're going to look at today, but I do want to mention the school lunch program is in place and a fantastic way to offer nutritious meals to children, school-age children. However, some parents opt out, and as we do, we send snacks along with it. So all of these ideas can also be good for snacks, after school, busy, even dinner ideas.
Yeah, even for people watching who aren't going to be having a school lunch. What do you pack for your work lunch? What do you pack for, what do you buy for eating at home? Okay,
absolutely.
Because lunch is such a great fueling meal. You don't want to be too heavy, you don't want to be too light.
100%.
Let's get into what you've got. What do we got here?
Okay, starting off, we have, this is actually my personal favorite. This is a charcuterie board. And this is just so easy, especially if you have a picky eater. You can modify it to what they like, and it's really helping with half your plate because you get a very visual perspective on it, too.
Yeah, for sure. So you've packed this up beautifully. Yeah, so you're just putting something. So this is illustrating. What were the proportions again, Lori?
So we want half of our plate to be fruits and vegetables. We want a quarter to be protein food. So in this charcuterie board, we have our bento box, whatever you will. We have some eggs and edamame for protein, right? And then we want a quarter whole grain, and we also have cheese for protein as well.
Okay. I love this. Also, this is a really fun thing because the kid can open it up and have a little bit at recess, a little bit for snack.
This is such a brilliant idea. Snacking on the go. If you have multiple kids, you can do multiple bento boxes or boards.
I'm going to put that from there.
And they're awesome. And don't get too hung up on the container. You can use anything.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
All right, we got to move along.
All
here.
right,
What else have we got?
This is super fun idea. This is breakfast for lunch.
Yum.
So with this one, it's like, if you just have this on hand and you don't have any great lunch ideas, this is super easy. You got a little parfait, some eggs, and it helps with half your plate a lot.
Yeah. So this is great for making ahead. So we made these whole grain pancakes on the weekend. We also made our chia jam. Super easy recipe.
Chia jam, fun.
So easy. And I will send that recipe to you as well. And then we've got some protein in here, as Max said, with the eggs and yogurt and whole grain. So really easy, and these are familiar foods to kids. So they usually go really well.
Fun and many different flavors. Great job. And I want the recipe for that jam. We will have it on our website for you at home. This one looks hearty.
Oh, this is a fun one, eh, Max?
Oh, this is a really fun one. This is breakfast. What? This is a deconstructed burger.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. So we know that burger is a family favorite, but a lot of the times what happens to a burger when you take it for lunch?
It gets super soggy. The bun falls apart, all the lettuce falls apart.
Yeah.
It's super gross.
So we can separate it. You can pack skewers. You can send it like this, right? Which is a really fun thing to do.
Very fun.
You can use a straw if you have a younger child, or you can leave it all separated and get your kids to just kind of snack as well.
Love it.
Yeah.
Well, you could pack it all like that and put the meatballs in a thermos so they're hot.
100%.
Yeah, that's what I would do because I love the hot stuff. Anyway, great ideas. These are things that kids, adults, anybody would eat, and they could supplement the school lunch program. We love this. Thank you so much.
Pleasure.
Have the best year ever, Max.
Thank you so much.
Today. Okay, it's 7:50. We are going to turn our attention over to Amanda with Health and Medical News.
Oh, I know what Max is going to do when he graduates. He's taking after Mom there. Health and medical news now. The Prince Edward Island government is expanding its fertility treatment funding program. It's one of the topics in your health. It says permanent PEI residents with a valid PEI health card can now apply for the lifetime maximum benefit of $20,000 per household for eligible fertility treatment expenses. The provincial government says the new program for fertility treatment expenses replaces the old program, which had annual funding limits and income thresholds. The PEI government says the changes are in response to a program review that incorporated feedback and recommendations from fertility advocates and community partners.
A new study finds flight attendants and pilots are at the highest risk of dying from radiation-related cancers. The study, published in JAMA Internal Medicine, finds their risk is even higher than people who work with radioactive materials. Cosmic radiation comes from space, and only a small amount reaches the Earth's surface, but exposure is greater for people flying at high altitudes. Finally, a major pharmaceutical company is warning about black market sales of an unapproved and illegal obesity drug. Lilly Canada says illicit versions of its experimental drug, retatrutide, are being sold online and through social media sites. In a news release, the company says the drug has not yet been approved for human use by Health Canada or any other regulatory agency in the world. Retatrutide is being developed to treat obesity, type 2 diabetes, and other related conditions. It's currently in clinical trials.
Like to introduce you to the Maritimers who are marking milestones today. It's a 50th anniversary for Bobby and Debbie Sampson of Lewisdale, Nova Scotia.
Oh my gosh, what a great photo,
What a
right?
great photo.
Congratulations, happy 50th.
Happy anniversary.
And it's a 60th anniversary for Dawn and Sharon Gray of Bridgewater, Nova Scotia. Look at them enjoying their life.
Still in love.
Still in love. Happy anniversary to the Grays.
And it's also a 60th anniversary for Alan and Donna Schneer of Halifax. Wow.
Beautiful wedding photo. Thank you to the Schneers for sending this in and sharing their special day with us.
Absolutely. Happy anniversary.
It's a 60th anniversary for Linda and Carl Hooper of Upper Latang, New Brunswick. Another beautiful shot. What a veil.
I know. I love his hairstyle as well.
Fantastic, yes.
It's a 71st anniversary for Neil and Shirley Banks of St. John.
71 years married. Oh my gosh, you two look like kids still. Fantastic. Good for you.
That's a goal.
Yeah.
All right. Well, to see your milestone again or to find out how to submit one, visit our website by scanning the QR code on your screen. And a reminder that milestones must be received 2 weeks in advance. And now here's to a story about the battle between generations. Two Gen Alpha sisters from across the pond are making Zoomers feel like boomers.
Yep, ABC's Dating Nude takes us to Scotland, where the girls are calling out Gen Z influencers with hilarious consequences.
2, 1.
I suppose the time has come.
Wait, I'm literally obsessed!
When now Gen Z is old enough to be mocked by the next generation.
Were you trying to make fun of Gen Z the way that people online think that you were?
Yes, they do it so ridiculously. It's actually insane.
Tosha here is a 12-year-old member of Gen Alpha who, for the past few weeks...
First, as you know, we're going to do ASMR.
...has been picking up millions of views for her impersonations of the 20-something-year-old influencers she sees trying food on her feed. However, some are now lauding her as a hero. One commenter writing, Gen Alpha serving karma to Gen Z on behalf of us millennials.
What would your advice be to Gen Z?
Maybe don't exaggerate on a strawberry.
For the record, though, Tosha, her mom Anna, and her sister Paula were not the first to come up with this idea. But they do have a unique way of taking on trends from their home in Scotland, which means, yes, Tosha is actually putting on an American accent, too.
Do you have a favorite American word or phrase you like to say in an American voice?
Orange. Let's go.
I absolutely hate this. But is their carefree comedy now bordering on poignancy? I asked two of ABC's younger staff members to watch and give their feedback.
Very good impression. I just hate
difficult
that.
to watch, though.
Yeah, it's difficult to watch.
Some amazingly orange carottes.
But for Tosha and Paula, they know one day their time will come too, from Generation Beta.
Like the Gen Betas are going to be making fun of us.
How will that feel?
I'd be upset. Funny. It's funny, but I'd be upset.
By the way, Tosha and Paula said the other word they're obsessed with hearing Americans say is block. Block, 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 block. In New York, for ABC News, block, I'm Danny New.
The #1 morning show in Halifax. Turk, Megan, and Amateur Alex. And home to the biggest artists. Halifax's #1 hit music station. 101.3 Virgin Radio.
Thursday, August 20th, today on Your Morning Atlantic, the Prime Minister is asking premiers to lift their U.S. booze ban as officials try to finalize a trade deal. Your top news headlines just ahead.
And is celebrating 30 years. We'll speak with the organizers of next month's PEI International Shellfish Festival. That chat and everything else coming up in this half hour of Your Morning Atlantic.
Hey, good morning. We hope you had a great night's sleep and great start to the day on this Thursday morning. We appreciate your time. One thing I was thinking about in Lori's back to school lunches segment is the advice I received when our son was really young and was entering the school system, and it was like the best piece of advice I received. Your kid might not be used to opening the container. For little young ones, right? Because maybe they've always had their lunch at home. They didn't have it to go, or maybe you bought a new bento box or something for the kid. So the best advice that I received was to have him practice for a week, 2 weeks before he started school.
That's smart.
So he didn't wake up, so he didn't go to school one day and he has his lunch and he doesn't know how to open it. It's something you don't really think about.
Not at all.
It can be a big obstacle for little kids, and I know teachers and EAs who have to spend a lot of time the first few weeks of school just helping kids with that.
That's really smart. I had not thought of that, but that's genius.
Yeah. So he had his lunches for a week out of the bento box he was going to be using for school, and no issues, thank goodness.
That's amazing. Yeah. Good to note.
Fun breakfast ideas. And Max immediately started eating the breakfast for lunch. He hadn't had any breakfast. He's like, I'm going to eat that. But looked really healthy and delicious. And
Absolutely.
Yeah. Okay, weather-wise today, how do we dress to get out the door?
Well, we are going to see a bit of shower activity for parts of the region. Starting off in St. John, New Brunswick, a cloudy, a bit foggy start to the day. 17 degrees right now. We are expecting some isolated drizzle early on. We'll clear out that cloud coverage, break down, leaving sunshine for much of the region. 18 degrees right now in Halifax, 20 in Charlottetown, with 12 degrees early this morning in Labrador City, 14 into St. John's, Newfoundland. As we are going to see the return of sunshine, keep in mind sun safety as the UV index has now jumped high to very high across the Maritime region. And then for Newfoundland and Labrador, still dealing with some precipitation, a chance of showers, some steadier showers expected for Newfoundland, and then into the Maritime region, a low chance of showers will return into the afternoon. And for our wind forecast, remaining light across the Maritimes today, 22 kilometers per hour into North Cape with 15 in Charlottetown as well as into Lunenburg and Yarmouth. No wind gusts to report at this time. We'll take another look at your forecast just ahead. First, a look at your local news with Amanda.
Thanks, Latavia. Details on Canada's trade deal with the U.S. remain scarce this morning, but we do know we will likely see American booze back on store shelves. That information came from Nova Scotia's Premier, who's currently on a business trip in Alberta.
In terms of alcohol specifically, the Prime Minister has asked us as premiers, as provinces, to return the U.S. alcohol to the shelves. So we'll work through that process. Of course, it's pending a final deal that is representative of the types of things we're hearing today, but certainly the Prime Minister has asked us to look at that. It's been an irritant. It's been something that has kind of really bothered the United States for so many reasons. Now, whether Nova Scotians or whether Canadians will actually buy it when it gets back on the shelves, that's a whole nother discussion.
Tim Houston says he's not aware of anything in the deal that would specifically hurt Nova Scotia, and he's optimistic the file can finally be closed to everyone's satisfaction. CTV's Scott Hurst will join us after our next break with more details. In Cape Breton, there was a sizable crowd at a public meeting in New Waterford last night.
This is the road of the problem. It's the addiction, and we don't have anything here to deal with that.
Hundreds of people showed up at the community rink. At times, it was standing room only. Dozens of people stepped up to the microphone, voicing concerns about things like blatant drug activity in the streets, thefts from homes and businesses, and some saying they feel unsafe. Others talked about what they feel is a lack of resources, from policing to supports for addictions and mental health. The police chief and mayor were among those who attended. Mayor Cecil Clark says some of the help that's needed has to come from the provincial level.
looking at how we can deploy better resources in support of our police service, but also the supports for things like a new homeless shelter in our community, as again, community safety officers being introduced. How do we look at patrols that can have contracted, retired police and personnel? What creative ways can we address the impact of crime?
I felt it was a valuable meeting, and I think it's something that you're going to see positive change in the months ahead.
Organizers told the crowd there will be another public meeting by December to follow up and to track some of the solutions that have been put into place. In Moncton, the RCMP is putting more officers on downtown streets to curb open drug use. The 2-month enforcement blitz is concentrating on open drug use and criminal activity around the tri-community. Kodiak RCMP say they've done this before, but their presence this time will be more organized.
What people won't see is they won't see 50 police officers walking down a street to eradicate any kind of behavior. This is not the case. But what we've seen in the past is, especially if we have repeat offenders, then in taking the measured approach, going from stopping the activity, a warning, it could lead to charges eventually. But we've also noticed that when we do these interactions, there's individuals who might be bound by court orders or who are wanted on outstanding warrants.
Police will also collect data on its interactions during the blitz, something that hasn't been done before. The information will be made public and available as municipal police budgets are developed this fall. The 143rd annual Halifax County Exhibition is underway. And as CTV's Vanessa Wright shows us, thousands of people and animals are setting up for an eventful weekend.
The 143rd annual Halifax County Exhibition is just getting started with lots to see.
It's cultivating communities is our theme this year for our exhibition, but it's really about families getting together, coming together and celebrating everything that the farmers work hard on all year long.
It's a deep-rooted tradition for the people of Middle Musquodoboit and beyond, a time to showcase their wildlife.
They bring cattle, beef, Holsteins, horses, so they do all their exhibiting that they've been working so hard on for the year.
We've been here for the last 36 years. We are from the community. We show our draft horses, our patrons. This is Morgan, and she's getting ready to go out this week. It's always a big rush to get here, but we love doing it.
And at this exhibition, it's never too early to train your animals.
We do like jumping, we do karting, like racing with her. And we're going to start teaching her to ride.
Besides the furry friends, there's no shortage of fun this year. They've added new rides to their amusement park and lots of food vendors. The exhibition will wrap up on Saturday. Vanessa Wright, CTV News, Middle Musquodoboit, Nova Scotia.
Yayos, exhibition season is on.
Yes, it's so much fun.
Oh my gosh, I'm going to hit as many as I can.
I mean, from Percheron to the miniature horses, there's a lot to see.
Oh yeah. Food. Oh my gosh, so much to learn.
Yep.
4-H. Oh my gosh, love it, love it, love it. Okay, don't think Pumpkin the Lobster is there. Pumpkin the Lobster lives at a grocery store in Chatham, Ontario.
At a grocery store?
45 minutes from my childhood home. But let's meet Pumpkin now. Pumpkin is 1 in 30 million. Why are they calling it pumpkin, I wonder? Any ideas?
Oh, it's beautiful.
Yeah, beautiful orange
Beautiful
lobster.
shade of orange.
Beautiful shade of orange. Yeah, beautiful lobster. And he turned up in a recent shipment to the grocers, like regular shipment of lobsters. So they decided they're not going to sell him. He's going to live in the lobster tank for people to enjoy. He's drawing quite a lot of attention. In Chatham, I'm telling you from growing up in that region, oceanic things are quite a novelty. So this would be big doings.
He's like, oh man, can't I go back to the sea?
They're trying to find an aquarium as a permanent home for Pumpkin. For now, though, he's going to live in this tank.
Like, get back in there.
Yeah.
Don't take the orange one.
I just think he's particularly lovely, like kind of the size and everything.
Gorgeous. Look at him.
Lobster. Yeah.
We do love some lobster around here.
We do. We appreciate them on all levels, many levels, and we'll leave it at that.
Yeah. Okay, little break. Latavia will have the full forecast on this Thursday. Plus, I'll have another look at international news headlines. CTV Scott Hurst will join us with the latest on the trade talks between Canada and the U.S. and what we know about this latest tentative deal. Until then, we're going to take a live look at the fog in Yarmouth this morning. Lots of fishers who live there. The forecast with Latavia in just a few moments.
start your day in Truro. Welcome back. The time now is 8:12. We are going to see a mix of sun and cloud throughout your day today as that overcast begins to break down. But we do have some isolated showers expected into the afternoon. Weather is brought to you by Cummins Trusted Home Standby Generators. Muggy yet again early to start. 21 degrees in Sydney with 18 in Halifax. 20 starting off your day in Charlottetown as well as into Moncton. 19 degrees now in Happy Valley Goose Bay and 20 into Corner Brook. Holding on to precipitation, though, for both Newfoundland and Labrador, with a chance of showers. Also some steadier shower activity for parts of Newfoundland. For the Maritime region, a bit of a cloudy start to the day. We will see that cloud coverage begin to break down. Later this morning, a mix of sun and cloud for all three Maritime provinces, and a low chance of isolated showers returning late this afternoon for parts of New Brunswick and Nova Scotia. Now, Prince Edward Island is expecting a low chance of shower activity into tonight. That will take us into early Friday morning. We are going to see fog develop yet again overnight. Early into Friday morning, some fog patches and cloudy skies. We are going to see that cloud coverage begin to break down, though, leaving sunshine to end off the work week. If you're wondering about precipitation totals, remaining quite light, only seeing around 2 to 5 millimeters for parts of Prince Edward Island and into Nova Scotia. 2 to 5 millimeters as well for parts of Labrador, the heaviest being into Newfoundland at 10 to 20 millimeters. Lots of sunshine returns across New Brunswick today with a mix of sun and cloud. Daytime highs will range from 22 degrees in St. John up to 27. Isolated showers expected to return into the afternoon. For Prince Edward Island, a mix of sun and cloud sticking around across the island throughout the day. Daytime highs between 24 to 26. We are going to see a chance of showers return into the evening. And then for Cape Breton, eastern Nova Scotia, highs will range from 23 degrees up to 28, being the warmest into Antigonish. A mix of sun and cloud today, late into the afternoon, seeing a low chance of showers returning. And then for the rest of Nova Scotia, pretty much the same, a beautiful sunny day ahead. Highs between 21 degrees in Yarmouth up to 27. Isolated showers late this afternoon. And then for Labrador City, 16 degrees today with scattered showers throughout your day and some steadier shower activity expected for St. John's, Newfoundland with a high of 17. That's a look at your weather forecast. Going to throw things over to Amanda.
Thanks, Latavia. Canada and the U.S. are said to be getting close on a new trade and tariff deal. Prime Minister Mark Carney gave an update yesterday to the country's premiers along with the request: put American booze back on the shelves. Nova Scotia Premier Tim Houston told reporters that request came directly from the negotiating table. For more on this, we bring in CTV's Scott Hurst. Scott, how is the ban on American alcohol impacting this tentative trade deal?
Good morning, Amanda. The Americans have made it clear that provincial booze bans on U.S. products have been an irritant as part of the larger trade negotiations, and one of the reasons for threatening another round of sweeping tariffs, citing discriminatory trade policies, specifically taking issue with provincial bans on U.S. alcohol. And as you mentioned, we're learning from multiple premiers that the Prime Minister asked provincial leaders to put U.S. booze back on sale and restock store shelves. You mentioned Nova Scotia Premier Tim Houston. He said it's something that he might be willing to consider as part of the larger trade agreement. Two of the more outspoken premiers in support of the booze ban have been David Eby and Doug Ford in BC and Ontario. Doug Ford has not specifically commented just yet in the wake of the potential trade deal, but Premier Eby from British Columbia said in a statement that he stands with Team Canada and that the federal government, according to him, has made substantial progress across strategic sectors, yet not commenting specifically whether U.S. booze will immediately go back on store shelves. Now, we know that this has made a huge impact south of the border. The Distilled Spirits Council of the U.S. says U.S. spirits exports to Canada have fallen more than 70%. So it is something that on the American side, they would really like to see all this U.S. booze back on shelves for Canadians to purchase.
So we're getting an idea of how the premiers here in Canada are feeling. How do Canadians feel about alcohol potentially returning to the shelves, this U.S. alcohol?
Amanda, selling it to the premiers might be one thing, but selling this to Canadians is a whole other story, with a strong majority saying they'll continue to boycott U.S. booze. That's from a recent Nanos survey, saying 3 in 4 Canadians wouldn't buy U.S. booze if it returned to shelves. Now, will this sentiment change as part of a larger trade agreement, or if you see your favorite bottle there right in front of you back on the store shelf, That's where Canadians have the buying power. But according to the Nanos survey of just over 1,000 respondents, some 69% said they were not likely to resume purchasing American alcohol, with 5% saying somewhat unlikely. The sentiments were quite strong across the country, with the greatest number of British Columbians saying they're unlikely or somewhat unlikely to buy American products, where the lowest percentage is there in Atlantic Canada, but still some 64% still likely saying that they'll keep up the boycott. So as I mentioned, it might still be a harder sell to the Canadian consumer to get this broader trade agreement across the line.
And some of those Canadian consumers have been trying new local Canadian products to replace those American ones. We'll see if those tastes have changed. Scott, thank you for your time this morning.
Thanks, Amanda.
CTV Scott Hurst reporting live for us for our national newsroom in Toronto. Another deal now, a new mega hydro deal announced this week between Quebec and Newfoundland and Labrador is being touted as the biggest clean energy investment ever made in this country. But as CTV's Garrett Berry reports, some residents near the site of the project fear it could leave them with trouble.
Thousands and thousands of jobs have been promised if this new hydro deal gets to the finish line. But while politicians are celebrating,
the new and better deal finally in our hands, it is time for us to roll up our sleeves and get to work.
The nearby town of Happy Valley Goose Bay says it's bracing for what's to come.
During the Muskrat Falls construction, as a town, we received very little out of that project, except problems.
During that last mega hydro project, Happy Valley Goose Bay Mayor Bert Pomeroy said his town was left to deal with a spike in drug addiction that long outlasted the work camps and construction jobs nearby.
We have a lot of people that fell through the cracks. We had a lot of young people that secured employment at Gull Island, and in some cases, everything they made went up their nose.
He's asking for a plan from Newfoundland and Labrador's provincial officials for improvements in emergency services, health, and municipal infrastructure before he will support the new deal. Goose Bay is home to about 8,000 people. Mayor Pomeroy says no town in Newfoundland and Labrador will be so heavily hit by all of the traffic this mega project could bring. His calls for support received some backing today from opposition leaders in St. John's that are beginning to dissect the new Churchill Falls agreement.
We know what the problems are. It's not like they're going to suddenly appear. We know what the issues are there now. We know what the issues that will be exacerbated. So start that now.
Now, because time will be tight, officials say they want to finish negotiations between Quebec and Newfoundland and Labrador by the end of the year. Garrett Berry, CTV News, St. John's.
Thank you, Garrett. On the other side of the break, we are heading over to the island to get details on the 30th annual PEI International Shellfish Festival. Please stay with us.
Welcome back. It's 8:23. The 30th annual PEI International Shellfish Festival takes place from September 17th to 20th, 2026 at the Charlottetown Event Grounds. Now, this 4-day event features fresh local lobster, oysters, mussels, and more, alongside high-energy chef competitions and live East Coast kitchen party music. Joining us to give us the lay of the land is festival founder Liam Dolan. Good morning, Liam.
Good morning, Crystal. How are you?
I'm great, and where you are looks beautiful. Charlottetown's one of our favorite places. So let's talk about the festival. So it's happening this third weekend of September. I know that you love to showcase the island to tourists. Why is this event such a must-see experience for people?
Well, it's such a great event that we're promoting our best seafood. We have the best oysters and mussels and lobster in the world, as I believe. And this is the reason why we started this thing 30 years ago. And so in that, we have great competitions competing, and we have great entertainment in the evening. So it's a great thing to come to. You have food by day and a kitchen party by night.
Yeah, fantastic. You mentioned we're seeing this right now. We're seeing the food taking place, and also the Garland Canada International Chef Challenge. That's a big one. Top regional and national chefs battle for a $10,000 top prize. What are you excited to see this year with this portion of the event?
Well, as we call it actually an international competition. We have actually a Japanese coming in this year to compete. We've had people from all over the States. We've had them from Europe, and we had them across the country. This has become one of the top chefs competitions in Canada, and a lot of chefs are very excited to come here and compete. And what they have to do, they have to cook only island seafood products. So we're showcasing the best of island seafood, and these chefs are learning about our products as well. So there's some great chefs coming. As this has become known, they know that they have to bring their A game to the table.
Yeah.
So it is pretty high level.
Yeah.
And again, $10,000.
It's huge. I know we've spoken with local chefs who get to participate in the competition. It's a big opportunity for them to have the chance for the 10 grand, but also to rub elbows with these world-class chefs. I love the oysters from PEI. I find they just have a certain kind of fresh flavor that are unique to PEI. Tell us about the Oyster Shucking Championship.
Well, again, that's a very high energy. We make it very high energy. You got 3 guys up on the stage, and we have a person announcing. I call them almost like a going to the races. Yeah. And yet hundreds and hundreds of people, and they take sides and who's on there. And it's absolutely fun to watch. Like, how do you make it opening oyster, make it exciting? Well, it's like going to a horse race, and we have the time up there, and the cameras are right on the people, and you can see. And they have to open these oysters and make them perfect, that when you take them to the table, they're not hanging off the shell, they're not stuck in the shell. So that's what the competition. They might be the fastest, but when the judge sits back and then they don't come out of the shell, well, you lose points. So that's a very, very high energy. Oh. They open 12 oysters in less than a minute.
You know what? You've got to see that. I would love to see that and be part of that. We didn't even get we're out of time. I didn't get a chance to talk about the entertainment, but we'll put the link to the website. I know that the kitchen party element, I mean, it doesn't matter who's playing. It's going to be a complete atmosphere of celebration and welcomeness, I know.
Absolutely. It's a very high energy evening as a kitchen party at night and food by day.
Perfect. What could be better? The perfect Atlantic Canadian experience. All right. Thank you so much. And we'll put that information on our website so people can find out more and enjoy the event.
I'd love to welcome everybody to Charlottetown that weekend.
Sounds great. 17th to the 20th, PEI, 4 fabulous days. Latavia, let's talk about the next 3 days.
All right, well, taking a look at our 3-day forecast in New Brunswick, 27 degrees today, seeing sunshine with a low chance of showers returning into the afternoon. 26 to end off the work week with sunshine across the province. And then on Saturday, looking at 25 degrees with a mix of sun and cloud, a chance of showers into the evening. For Nova Scotia, 28 degrees today with a mix of sun and cloud, a low chance of showers late this afternoon. Sunshine for much of the province to end off the work week on Friday with a high of 27. Scattered showers return, though, for Cape Breton Island. 24 on Saturday with a mix of sun and cloud with evening showers. For Prince Edward Island, 25 degrees today with a mix of sun and cloud, evening showers. Isolated showers return into the afternoon on Friday with a high of 23. Sunshine on Saturday.
Oh, nothing a nap can't fix. Coming up, returning to the classroom, lifestyle contributor Carly Ostroff shares her top back-to-school trends. We'll take a peek in 15 minutes on Your Morning Atlantic.
Who doesn't love a good nap?
Oh,
bliss. It's bliss. Welcome back, Atlantic Canada. Thank you so much for joining us. The time now is 8:31. You're probably just waking up or already just got up and heading out the door. Well, it's going to be a nice day.
Yay! Glad to hear that.
Oh.
It helps you get going if you're tired.
It does.
Have you ever gotten up in the morning like, gosh, I can't wait till I can have a nap? Like right when you forget.
Absolutely, yeah. When my alarm goes off, I'm like, no, I don't want to.
Oh my gosh. When the weather's nice, you're less motivated to nap and more motivated to go outside and enjoy it.
That is very true.
Yeah.
It's so true. Not hibernation season yet.
No, that is coming.
Long time from now.
Ugh.
Ooh, Ooh, we got the moving shot. I love that.
It's still kind of moody early this morning in Halifax. A overcast start to the day. Currently 18 degrees, so you're feeling that mugginess when you head out the door this morning. We are expecting cloud coverage to break down, seeing sunshine a little bit later on. A mix of sun and cloud is expected. We do still have a low chance of some pop-up shower activity expected late this afternoon. Something to keep in mind when you are heading out. 18 degrees this morning and 21 in Sydney, 20 in Charlottetown, 17 degrees in St. John with 18 in Happy Valley Goose Bay and 17 over in Gander. Keep in mind sun safety when you are heading out today. We are seeing the UV index tracking high to very high across the Maritime region and still holding on to precipitation for much of Newfoundland and Labrador with a chance of showers today. Into the Maritime region, cloud coverage will break down. We will be seeing sunshine and a low chance of showers returning for New Brunswick and Nova Scotia. And in terms of our wind forecast, remaining quite light today, 24 kilometers per hour right now in North Cape, 19 in Moncton with 13 into Charlottetown and Sydney, and no wind gusts to report at this time. We'll take another look at your forecast in just a bit, but first a look at your local news with Amanda.
Thank you, Latavia. Details on Canada's trade deal with the U.S. remain scarce this morning, but we do know we'll likely see American booze back on store shelves. That information coming from Nova Scotia's Premier, who's currently on a business trip in Alberta.
In terms of alcohol specifically, the Prime Minister has asked us as premiers, as provinces, to return the U.S. alcohol to the shelves. So we'll work through that process. Of course, it's pending a final deal that is representative of the types of things we're hearing today. But certainly the Prime Minister has asked us to look at that. It's been an irritant. It's been something that has kind of really bothered the United States for so many reasons. Now, whether Nova Scotians or whether Canadians will actually buy it when it gets back on the shelves, that's a whole nother discussion.
Tim Houston says he's not aware of anything in the deal that would specifically hurt Nova Scotia, and he's optimistic the file can finally be closed to everyone's satisfaction. In Cape Breton, there was a sizable crowd at a public meeting in New Waterford last night.
This is the root of the problem. It's the addiction, and we don't have anything here to deal with that.
Hundreds of people showed up at the community rink. At times, it was standing room only. Dozens of people stepped up to the microphone, voicing concerns about things like blatant drug activity in the streets, thefts from homes and businesses, and some saying they feel unsafe. Others talked about what they feel is a lack of resources, from policing to supports for addictions and mental health. The police chief and mayor were among those who attended. Mayor Cecil Clark says some of the help that's needed has to come from the provincial level.
Looking at how we can deploy better resources in support of our police service, but also the supports for things like a new homeless shelter in our community, as again, community safety officers being introduced. How do we look at patrols that can have contracted, retired police and personnel? What creative ways can we address the impact of crime?
I felt it was a valuable meeting, and I think it's something that you're going to see positive change in the months ahead.
Organizers told the crowd there will be another public meeting by December to follow up and to track some of the solutions that have been put into place. A Canada-wide warrant has been issued for a 28-year-old man guilty of manslaughter after he failed to arrive at a St. John halfway house. Michael Fallon was last seen leaving the Spring Hill Institution in Nova Scotia Tuesday. He was supposed to report to the Porttown Community Correctional Centre for criminals nearing the end of their sentence, but never showed. Fallon was convicted in 2018 of manslaughter, assaulting a peace officer, and weapons possession. Officials say anyone who sees him should not approach but call police instead. If anyone knows what it's like to run an emergency service in a fast-growing city, it's the new fire chief in Halifax. The first woman in the role faces challenges both inside and outside the department. However, she told CTV's Callum Smith she insists she's ready to tackle both.
Meet Darren Reetsey, Halifax's new fire chief.
When I heard about this opportunity, it was at a time in my career where I feel like I have the leadership maturity and the competence to come in and help lead this department.
Just days on the job, she already has a list of priorities.
We need to assess our staffing, our deployment model, our response times, our asset management programs, our strategic planning, and our investment in the future.
Her background includes stints as chief of Pearson Airport Fire and Emergency, Mississauga, one of Canada's largest cities, and Vaughan, one of the fastest growing. That experience will shape what she does in Halifax.
So there will be certain communities that are growing at an exponential rate, whereas other communities may be shrinking. So can we move some resources from one area to another?
She arrives to the Halifax department at a crucial time, replacing the previous chief who clashed with his members over policy, preparedness, and equipment. Ken Stubing retired last fall after 8 years. Acknowledging culture change doesn't happen immediately, Ritzi calls herself a people leader, comfortable with hard conversations and managing expectations.
I think that's the strength that they would all point to is I really care about the firefighters. I am a passionate firefighter in my heart.
She won't spend too much time reveling in the new job. There's just too much to do. Callum Smith, CTV News, Dartmouth.
Thank you, Callum. And that is your last look at your local news headlines on this Thursday morning.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
You are so welcome.
All right, before we get into community calendar, I wanted to tell you about a movie that's making the rounds.
Okay.
Cats and only cats are the star of this new indie film. And you might find it in the theater near you because it's moving throughout all the theaters in North America. Yeah. Not all theaters, but many theaters, independent theaters.
Every year I watch 20,000 cat videos and I find all the best ones, and then I put together a reel that's about 75 minutes long, and that plays all over the world and raises money for local cat shelters. And then the next year I do it all again.
That was entertaining, right? The kid, oh my gosh. So Cat Video Fest is now playing in independent theaters in Canada and the U.S. And a portion of the proceeds benefit cat charities, shelters, and animal welfare organizations across North America. It's apparently great. The film, as you said, 75 minutes. Its founder says it even wins over people who are not cat lovers, and people all over the world rave about this show. So we're entertained already. I'd love to find out where this is playing.
Oh my oh my gosh.
That was epic. His interview.
Right, probably his son in the background chasing the cat around with the toy. Oh my God.
The fact they just popped in the background.
It's getting better and better. Yeah.
That
awesome.
was so good. My son would love that.
Yeah, well, I'll see if I can find it around here and let you know where it's playing.
We'll put it in the community calendar.
Yeah, we will.
Absolutely, we will. All right, we're going to talk about some other events that are taking place in our region. The African Festival Canada returns to Moncton from August 21st until the 22nd at the downtown place known as the Plaza. There will be a community celebration of African culture, diversity, and heritage. There will be clothing, accessories, delicious cuisine, crafts, and so much more. Head over to their website for additional information. And the annual PEI Potters Studio fundraising sale returns this weekend on Saturday, August 22nd from 11 a.m. until 2. You can come out to the Farm Center and shop incredible work by both professional and student potters. Really cool. And the East Coast in Water Boat Show returns to Tantallon. From today until the 21st, you can come out and enjoy a dockside experience like no other. There will be boat dealers, marine industry professionals, and the community is welcome to check out life on the water. The event will be held at the Shining Waters Marina and Boatyard. And if you do have an upcoming event, send us the details. We'd love to promote it. Your Morning Atlantic at ctv.ca. Good morning, Atlantic Canada. The time now is, what time is it? 8:43. We're taking a live look at Moncton. A bit of a cloudier start to the day. Currently 20 degrees in your area. So we are going to feel that humidity in the air as the temperature continues to rise. Weather is brought to you by Cummins Trusted Home Standby Generators. 18 degrees right now in Halifax, 21 in Sydney, with 20 in Charlottetown, 12 degrees starting off your day in Labrador City, 17 over in Gander. We are going to see sunshine as cloud coverage breaks down for the Maritime region. A mix of sun and cloud expected throughout your day today. Newfoundland and Labrador, though, seeing a chance of showers, some steadier shower activity for Newfoundland. And into the afternoon, we do have a low chance of shower activity expected for parts of the Maritime region. Now, we are going to see shower activity continue. It's still a low chance of it happening for the Maritimes. Clearing out, though, before early Friday morning, we are going to see a cloudy start to the day. Cloud coverage will break down, though, to end off the work week with sunshine. If you're wondering about precipitation totals, remaining quite light for the Maritime region, only seeing around 2 to 5 millimeters for parts of Prince Edward Island and Nova Scotia, as well as 2 to 5 millimeters of additional precipitation for parts of Labrador. For Newfoundland, the heaviest being 10 to 20. For forecast today for New Brunswick, daytime highs will range from 22 degrees in St. John up to 27. A mix of sun and cloud expected across the province today, with isolated showers returning late this afternoon. For Prince Edward Island, holding on to sunshine throughout the day today. Evening showers is expected. Highs between 24 to 26. Cape Breton, eastern Nova Scotia, looking at a mix of sun and cloud throughout your day. A low chance of showers also returning into the afternoon. Daytime highs will range from 23 to 28, being the warmest into Antigonish. For the rest of Nova Scotia, much of the same. A mix of sun and cloud expected today. Isolated showers into the late afternoon with highs between 21 to 27. And then for Labrador City, scattered showers with a high of 16 degrees. 17 for St. John's, Newfoundland, looking at shower activity on and off throughout your day. That's a look at your weather forecast. Going to throw things over to Crystal.
Thank you so much, Latavia. It's 8:45, and children will be returning to the classroom in just a few weeks. So here to share the latest in back-to-school trends is our partner and livestock contributor, Carly Ostroff. Good morning, Carly.
Good morning. Thanks for having me.
Our pleasure. So let's begin with your tips. Where does your family start shopping for the new school year?
Okay, I love back to school shopping, and our family really likes to start at HomeSense because we love that they have that always changing selection of high quality products at great price points. We know we can get all of our back to school essentials and everything we want for a little home refresh at the same time. One thing that we really like to do for our kids is focus on these personalized touches. I think it's such an easy way to build confidence and excitement for the year ahead. My son is 5. He's loving his sneakers. I grabbed him this wall art for under $25. My daughter, she's 4. She is in her pink era. For her, I grabbed the pink little notebooks and that great little pillow. They've got amazing sheet sets for under $35, pillow sets for under $40. And I think now is that perfect time to think about those little home refreshes in the spaces where your kids are learning, growing, and playing. Maybe it's setting up a cute little homework station or just adding in their favorite color to their room for the year ahead. And you can definitely find it all at HomeSense.
Yeah, it looks like items for students of all ages there. Okay, let's talk about freshening up our space in a certain way, freshening up our space.
Yes. So speaking of that room refresh, one thing we really wanted to get for our kids were these Honeywell HEPA mini tabletop air purifiers, because they're the ultimate air cleaning solution for small spaces like bedrooms and offices, classrooms and dorm rooms. It actually uses a 3-in-1 filtration system to capture 99.97% of those airborne allergens and particles. And then it's got a vacuumable pre-filter as well to get those larger particles. I think it's really perfect for kids' rooms because it's got this great sleep mode. So the machine is nice and quiet. It dims the control panels, and then parents can choose to set a timer for 2, 4, or 8 hours. It's just under $120 at Canadian Tire. So for me, it's a really great value buy.
It does sound like a practical solution to air quality issues. I love that idea, Carly. Finally, speaking of practical, you've got a way that we can personalize our gear or put our own spin on things.
Exactly. The big trend for the year is if you like it, then you want to put your name on it. And we're seeing parents, teachers, and students having tons of fun using the Cricut Joy Extra and the free Design Space app to turn all of their customization ideas into amazing backpacks, cute locker decor, and anything that students and teachers need for organization for the year ahead. And really, whether you're doing pencil cases, water bottles, or notebooks, all of the projects are going to start in that free Design Space app. You can browse thousands of back-to-school templates and then really customize them. It is so easy. You just follow the step-by-step guided project flows. And then let's talk about the size here, because this is perfect just to keep handy in your kitchen, your dorm room, or your classroom for whenever that crafty sort of mood strikes. You've got it on hand, ready to go to turn your personalization ideas into reality. And you can do it all before the first bell even rings.
Yeah, for sure. You can, in that little unit like that, you can put away and take it out year after year and use it. It looks like a lot of fun. Thank you so much for these great and practical ideas, Carly.
Bye.
That was our partner and lifestyle contributor, Carly Ostroff. We are now going to take a little break. We'll be back to wrap up the show right after this.
The #1 morning show in Halifax. Turk, Megan, and Amateur Alex. And home to the biggest artists. Halifax's #1 hit music station. 101.3 Virgin Radio.
Hey, thanks for sticking around. You might be finishing up your breakfast or thinking ahead to lunch, maybe what you're going to pack. Maybe you got leftover pizza. You're going to get some fresh
That'd be nice.
pizza. Does sound good. Today is actually National Hawaiian Day. There's a national day for everything. But Hawaiian pizza, very controversial, right? You love it, you hate it. There's not a lot of middle ground. You two have some good middle ground for pizza. Anyway, so we were asking you this morning whether it's pineapple or something else, what's something you don't like on pizza? Here's what you had to say. It's funny because some people say one thing and then the next person's going to be like, no.
Yeah, no. Ding, 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 ding. Let's start the battle.
Bing, let's go. Lee from New Germany says, although my wife doesn't agree, I have to say pineapple. So our pizzas come with half pineapple.
Oh, wow. So they're like passionate that you want to have pineapple on it.
Yeah, and passionate you don't because sometimes the juice is spread.
Yeah,
Exactly.
yeah.
Good on you. Next up, we have Jessica who says, pineapple. Pineapple is supposed to be cold, not hot. Sorry, pineapple lovers, because we were asking what doesn't belong on pizza.
Yeah.
So Jessica, not a fan of the pineapple. I agree. I don't love it hot. I know some people barbecue it too in the summer to make it sweet.
Oh, grilled pineapple.
Grilled
That's actually
pineapple,
good.
yes.
But in its own right, doesn't have to be on a pizza.
Pizza. Robert says in Barrie, Ontario, one pizza place offers maraschino cherries as a topping. Have never tried this. Gee, I wonder why. Maraschino cherries?
Wild.
That is so
not for me.
sweet. Wild. Yeah.
That's a neat thing, though. Weird.
Good on them for being unique. Stuart from Pleasant River says, in my opinion, if you like Hawaiian pizza, that's cool. To each his own. I prefer the original pizza that has hamburger, pepperoni, salami, and bacon. I generally make my own from scratch, and he's got a picture of the last one he made.
Oh, that looks great.
Sign me up. It looks like a deep dish pizza.
Hearty.
Yum.
Yeah.
Well done,
that looks,
sir.
Also, the hamburger's a fun spin. Don't usually do that, but that looks hearty as heck.
Well, hold your horses, because he wouldn't be sharing that pizza with our next viewer. Because this is the next text. Marie from Spring Hill. Hamburger does not belong on pizza.
Oh my gosh, that's so funny.
Marie's like, that was not for me.
That's hilarious.
Isn't that funny? There's another one too. We have Carla who says, this might be controversial, but I don't like green peppers on my pizza. Any other color pepper, please?
I don't like peppers on my pizza either.
Me either.
No color. Yeah.
Especially green, though. Like I could maybe eat if it was red or yellow, but
No, I
green
can't.
is
I used to like peppers on pizza. Now I don't.
No.
Ladies, I love
peppers
it.
in general, are no for me.
What?
Really? I like them raw.
Yeah, I was
like
eating
in their
them
natural form.
raw from when we had our dietitian in, Lori Barger Jackman. I was eating the raw green pepper. Interesting. And then, look, she's not alone, because LJ says chicken doesn't belong on pizza. Not a fan of hot peppers either, just the basics for me. However, I don't mind pineapple.
Interesting, LJ.
I love a good barbecue chicken pizza.
Actually, I don't like chicken on pizza either, now that we talk about it.
Now that you're thinking about it?
Quite violently, no.
Plus, violently no.
Yeah.
Plus, what if that chicken lays an egg on your pizza?
That would never had an egg on a pizza. That I'd be willing.
Because you have a chicken on. I'm just being
I'm
silly.
willing to try anything. Like, for example, I retried Hawaii, which I was very strongly against when Suzette made it, and it was really good. But it could have been, like you said, the kind of pineapple she used. It was.
Yeah, it really depends. Sometimes they're too sweet or they just overload it. Like, I like a little bit here and there.
Okay, let's say, ding-ding-ding-ding. We're going to order pizza, girls. What do you want? As if I'm using
The works,
I'm
please.
using a rotary dial phone that I found from a thrift store.
Yeah, the works.
You want the works. So what is the works?
The works is green pepper, onion, bacon, pepperoni, I think ham.
Peppers would be on that for sure.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, what about you?
I like a meat lover's pizza.
Okay. All right, meat lovers hold the pepper.
Salty.
And I'm going to have a classic in one of my favorites, bacon. I know you won't like this, green olive and mushroom.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's delicious.
I'll take the pepperoni and mushroom.
And that means we are done. We're hungry.
Well, the
we're
pizza's
probably
going
going
to be about 30 minutes, so our viewers won't be able to share it with us, but we'll be back tomorrow morning at 6 a.m. Yeah, we'll save you a slice, exactly.
Until then, it's been a slice. See ya.